Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper's Viperland, and I got 2 boxes of some cards open. Also, hey Grim, hey Sor, how you both doing? Thank you, Grim, for 101 month resubscription. Jeez, giant numbers. It was indeed Emerald Lakeside. Let me just cut both these while I got the knife out. I will put that away for later. Put that away. Yeah, no, this song is really good. We're gonna open left box first. That's what we're gonna do. Put this one back there for a second. Cool. We've got my new Ysola mat. Actually, my lightning mat came in today, but I felt like using this one. So let me just get the plastic off of this guy. Day 90. Jeez, Sor. Jeez. All right.
Fishing.
We've got a new garbage bag back here, so we should have plenty enough room for all of the nonsense and plastic. Alright, so Strixhaven. We've got, actually, I didn't see the oh, it's a secret lair promotion. Okay, that's why. And then you've got the draft archetypes, which is just the guilds. I keep calling them guilds. They're schools, they're colleges. The idea of Strixhaven is it's an entire plane of that's just a magic school, but as is the way with a lot of magic stuff, they generally split things into different colors. So there's, what, 5 2-color... Also, Amar, how's it going? And Fear, how you both doing? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. I won't be able to watch. Oh, yeah, no worries. You're only half the world away right now. It's totally okay. I just figured I'd drop the link because people like watching people open cards. Why the hell not? But no worries, no expectation. Like, I wasn't expecting anyone to actually pop by. So, the general concept of Strixhaven. So Strixhaven was a set when I was not playing Magic. It happened during the hiatus period after I had quit and before I started again. But as best I can tell, it's an entire plane that's a school of magic with different guilds. I just put the sheet down. The pre-release kits actually let you pick one, and it had guaranteed a pack that was those 2 colors that was on top of the 5 other packs. So I played Silver Quill today, and that went okay. No, it didn't. I lost 3-0. And I played Witherbloom on Friday, and that went better. I actually think my Witherbloom pool was the best pool I'd ever gotten, and I still only won 1 game. People were really good. Prismari is your usual red-green spell slinging. Lorehold seems to be a lot of like flashback spells. Quandrix is the one I'm looking forward to drafting. It's math. Silver Quill matters when you target creatures, and Witherbloom is life gain, and the usual green-black, it likes to do graveyard shenaniganry. So, that's the general of all of them. My box is over on the left. I could probably move it. Oh, whatever. We got packs. We got lots of packs. I have 2 full boxes. We're going to do the usual thing of I'm going to read the card the first time we see it, and then we're going to kind of skip over them after that. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, the other thing about these. Every pack is guaranteed a mystical archive, which is their version of like the bonus sheet. It has drastically different art. It's very noticeable. You'll see when we get the first one. In the original set, you had a slim chance of getting the Japanese art of it. You do not anymore. Only in collector's packs, because screw everything else. Also, they nerfed the rate of pulling mythics from it. So, cool, awesome. Pull from the grave. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. You gain 2 life. Simple. A little bruised, a little broken, but at least no longer dead. You know, sometimes not dead is good. Johnny's response. Oh, I hear this one's good. I didn't actually pull one of these. The spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Just destroy it. Get rid of it. Johnny is no longer wanted to swing his axe in battle, but nothing came easier to him than defending those who needed protection. Johnny is a long-standing lore character, planeswalker. I don't really know much of his story. He pops up all over the place. He's always white and life gain related, but I don't really know much of his actual background. Quick study. Draw 2 cards. Even the most ferocious formula can yield unexpected outcomes. Mindful Biomancer. When this creature enters, you gain 1 life. Simple. And for 3, gets 2 tuned onto turn, but only once. And only as a sorcery. Actually, no. Not only as a sorcery, but only once each turn. Which does mean you could activate it on your turn and your opponent's turn. Sometimes think I've learned more from the smallest of beings than from all of my professors combined. Yeah, that's sometimes the way I go. Mage Tower Referee, I look forward to playing in draft, perhaps. Simple, it's a 2/1, but whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you put a 1/1 counter on it, and there's a lot of multicolored in the set. Incapable of choosing a favorite and invulnerable to the influence of magic, it is an ideal and obnoxiously accurate referee. See, here's a dual color already. This was great for my... So, the green-black really wants to gain life. And this is a simple 2/2 for 2. Whenever this or another creature you control enters, you gain life. We hear rumors that licking Lumates grants prophetic visions. Don't lick the toads. This is untrue. Please refrain from licking the Lumates. Don't lick the toad. I didn't actually read the flavor text when I played that card, but I didn't actually read it. Proctor's Gaze. Return up to one target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Search your library for basic land card. Put it in the battlefield tapped and shuffle. Simple. But my psychedelics, I know. Oh yeah, it's always good to ramp, you know. So this is it gets rid of something, or at least makes your opponent have to cast it again. Or if you have something that has a good ETB effect, I guess you could bounce your own. I would probably use it on an opponent myself, but only proctors are allowed to use magic in exam halls, enabling them to more easily catch cheaters in the act. Prisoner's Apprentice, or Poisoner, sorry. Infusion, which was a keyword I used a lot of, because it does something extra whenever you gain life. So when this creature enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -4/4 until end of turn if you gain life this turn. Does this taste like Hemlock to you? I liked that one. That one I actually read when I was playing. Zamone's Experiment. Another character, I don't know when her introduction was, but I know her from Duskmorn. She was definitely there. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards and or land cards from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Put all land cards revealed this way into the battlefield tapped, and all creature cards revealed this way into your hand. Simple, but, you know, could be useful. So here's another thing that's new to the set, which I was having a lot of fun playing around with. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, Kirill, which is this guy, becomes prepared. So prepared is a new thing. Once it's prepared, you can cast this, and the act of casting this de-prepares it. But nothing else de-prepares it. Okay, I think there's another card that can force it to not be prepared. But generally speaking, once you hit that criteria, it stays prepared until you cast it, and then you have to re-prepare it. So, anytime one or more cards leave your graveyard, you can then pay 3 mana to mill a card, thus putting something back in your graveyard, and put 2 1/1 counters on target creature, and it gets trampled 100 turns. That's not bad. It's a 2/3 for 2, and if you, White loves to do graveyard room, like, flashback stuff, so that's actually like really good. I could see that being really useful. Aha! Aziza, Mage Tower Captain, our first pack rare. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcerer spell, you may tap 3 untapped creatures you control. If you do, copy the spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. If you got a wide board and are casting spells, that looks useful. Good play, team. Now let's run it again until it's perfect. We'll put that aside. So this is our first... Oh, hey, it's rare, actually. So these don't have commons. They have uncommon, rare, mythic. I don't remember the exact percentages, but I think it's like under 2% mythic, and it's like 80 or higher, 80-ish percent, 80, maybe higher, uncommon. So even rares aren't that common. But this is the Mystic Archive. We got Angel's Grace. These are also all reprints of older cards, just with dope new art, and I like the art. Angel's Grace, split second. As long as the spell's on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities. So basically, you can't counter this, you can't interact. Once you've cast this, no matter what else came before it, nothing's coming after it on the stack, which it's a magic thing. Needless to say, functionally, you can't counter it or do other stuff to it. You can't lose the game this turn, and your opponent can't win the game this turn. Until end of turn, damage that would be reduce your life to total to less than 1, reduces it to 1 instead. Love it. For 1 mana, just no, give me 1 more turn. I ain't losing this turn. Our pack foil, Ennis Debate Moderator. When Ennis enters, I do like... Generally speaking, I don't think the foils in the set look amazing, but they do make the guild, the college symbols pop. I do like that part of it. When Ennis enters, exile to one of the target creature you control, return that card to the battlefield under its own control at the beginning of the next end step. At the beginning of your next end step, 1 or more cards, we're putting exile this turn, put a 1/1 counter on Ennis. Basic land and probably token. Yeah, we'll just put those there with those. The full art lands, I mean, not to say the regular lands look bad, because they do not, but the full art lands look really dope, and I hope to hit a few of those. Obviously, the big hopes today are Mythical Archives, obviously. Only like 2% chance, but it can happen. I got 1 Planeswalker today in the pre-release, but I always love me some Planeswalkers. There's also a named dragon for each of the schools or colleges, which is their name. So like the Witherbloom lead dragon is named Witherbloom. That's where the colleges get their name. And they're good on their own, but they also have a borderless version for each of them that looks really sick. So that would be really nice. A Demonic Tutor would be great. Strife Scholar. Ward pay 2, this guy whooped me a bit earlier. They have a lot of red. Red blue has a lot of things that want you to cast spells bigger than 5. So these are actually, it looks like, wow, that's crazy big, but like it wants that. To even target it, you have to pay 2 life. It enters prepared, which does mean it only gets to do this once unless you have another way to prepare it. And for 6 mana, you make 2 2/2s. But, you know, that gets you 2 creatures, and it probably interacts with other stuff. Oh, this did well by me on Friday. Put 2 1/1 counters to target creature, and then, if you've gained life this turn, that creature also gains trample and indestructible till end of turn. Wherever your foot falls, life blossoms in its wake. Yeah, this was really useful for me. And as a common, I really like it. It's a little pricey, but the Witherbloom's almost always going to gain life anyway, and 2 1/1s can turn things around, especially at instant speed. Melancholic Poet. May as well just call it Poet. I feel like that's redundant. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, each opponent loses 1 life and gain 1 life. This was putting in work for me today, because White-Black wants to target things. But it says target a creature, so it doesn't have to target this one, and it doesn't even have to target your side. You can cast removal on your opponent, and it still procs, and I like that. Excuse me, hiccup. We celebrate our sadness because it reminds us of the true value of being alive. Stone Dokant? Spirit Chimera. I haven't actually seen this one. For 1 mana, exile this card from your graveyard, gain 2 life, surveil 1. Okay, simple. But it also gets something out of your graveyard for things that care about that. For those who might consider cheating, its eyes can see everything. That includes you. MA, please see me after class. Muse's Encouragement. Soken is a national treasure. It's true. I'm not even part of that nation, but he's a national treasure. The Muse's Encouragement. Create 3/3 blue and red elemental creature token with flying. Not bad, expensive, but you also get to surveil 2. So look at the top 2 cards and either put them back in any order on the top or in the graveyard. Many Prismari students find their best ideas while under the gaze of the Muse. Was it a free game? Yeah, I know. Page, Loose Leaf. So, legendary artifact creature construct. You can add a mana, a colorless mana, discard another card named Page Loose Leaf, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an instant or sorcery card, put that card into your hand and the rest of the bottom of your library. Oh, so okay, so you need this out and you need a different card named Page Loose Leaf. So you need a bunch of loose leaves and you can basically just get instant sorceries. Interesting. Probably not great and limited unless you can get a few of them, but yeah. Visionaries Advance. That's pricey. Create 2 3/3 blue and red elemental creature tokens of flying. Still, 2 flyers ain't bad. And instead, you can discard this card, look at the top 2 cards of the library, put one of them in your hand, the other in the graveyard. So if you know you're not going to hit that or you're screwed early, you can pay the cheaper one. Choreography powers the spell, but improvisation shapes it. Oh, man, I look forward to playing around with this. I didn't get a chance to, but I was getting utterly pinged by this earlier. For 4 mana, you get a 4/3, which is fine. It prepares whenever it landfalls. Whenever you play a land, it prepares. And then once it's prepared for 2 mana, you draw a card, gain a life. Sorry, gain a life. So it's card advantage for a fairly cheap thing, and it prepares from something you're already going to do, and then you get a life gain trigger too. I like it. I just didn't have an excuse to play it. Now the Archaics, are something I am also looking forward to playing in draft, because they all care about how many colors of mana. So I want to play a 5-color one. I want to play a 5-color deck in draft, which is stupid. But for 6, it's a 3/3, which is not good. But when this creature enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the number of colors spent to cast this. So it's also removal. And for 2 mana, put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. You can, if you got something you need back in your library, you can put it there, and then, there's usually other ways to shuffle it. Prismari Charm, all of the charms are good. They're all 2 mana, and they all choose one of 3 things. This one is choose between Surveil 2 and then draw, which is great, because it's going to be on top unless they both go to the graveyard. It deals 1 damage to each of 1 or 2 targets, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. All good. All useful. Berta Wise Extrapolator. I haven't seen this one. Frog Druid, yes. Increment, so that's the green-blue keyword, which is whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana you spent is greater than this creature's power, it gets 1 bigger. So these things start small, but then they get bigger and bigger and bigger as you cast bigger spells. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on Berta, add 1 mana of any color, and then pay X and tap to create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature, where X and put X counters on it. Wow. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Pick your poison. Simple. Choose one. Each opponent sacks an artifact, each opponent sacks an enchantment, or each opponent sacks a creature with flying. Is there a problem on the other side of the board? What's the problem? Get rid of it. Ooh, we got a double. I actually kind of forgot you could get a double. I guess the foil slot can also be a Mystical Archive. Helping Hand, another uncommon. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Kindness is a war of its own, and one that must never be lost. Here you go. So the full art lands look dope, which again, in Magic is it's expected, but it goes without. It's still worth mentioning that they look dope, even if it's expected. All right. As always, the first few packs go slow because they're all new cards, but as soon as we start hitting doubles, things speed up drastically. Now, something I do like, sometimes these come with these little punch-out cards that have prepared tokens, so you can actually put on your cards a prepared thing. I want to print out prepared tokens because I have my label printer and I can just print out a bunch of small things like these that I can just put on cards. But I want to think of something funny or I don't know. I don't know what I would put on it as a picture. I was thinking maybe Scar for Be Prepared, but there's probably a better option. Tackle Artist. An Orc Sorcerer, Trample, Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcerer spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Okay, so that's the green-red thing is Opus. So it's whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, something happens. And then if it was a big instant or sorcery, something else happens. So in this case, it's a 1/1 counter or 2 1/1 counters. Let's paint the field red. Oracle's Restoration. Sorcery, target creature you control gets 1/1 until end of turn. You draw a card and gain a life. Does a bunch of stuff for 1 mana. Though the Archaics had ravaged Titan's grave and stolen Jadzis from safety, her compassion soothed its frenzy. Masterful Flourish. Target creature you control gets 1/0 and gains indestructible end of turn. Hold your applause, I am not yet finished. Simple, good way to just be like, nah, don't kill that thing. Howlin Historian, a bird cleric. Flying, when it enters Surveil 1, and when 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, this creature gets 1/1 till end of turn. Banishing Betrayal, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand and Surveil 1. One simple push, and Jadzi fell into the churning swirl of magic. Tam thought it would be harder. Wish that it had been harder. Oh, I guess Tam, probably a little beef there. Again, I don't really know the story of this set at all, so the flavor text is all new to me. Imperious Ink Mage did well by me earlier, too. It's a Vigilance 3/3 for 3, and when it enters, you Surveil 2. So, Vigilance 3/3 is already fine. It's not ego if you're flawless, darling. Diary of Dreams. It's a book. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a page counter on it, and then for 5 and tap, draw a card. This ability costs 1 less for each page counter, so once you get 5 on it, every turn you just draw a card for free. We make art. Art makes us. Oh, this one. The Whale. Ugh. It's a elemental whale. It's got flying. It starts as a 1/4, but whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets 3/0 until end of turn. If it was a big thing, instead you put 3 1/1 counters on it. So the turn after you do this, if you cast this on curve for 4, and then next turn you cast something big for 5, its initial swing will be a 4/7 flyer, which is stupid. Plus whatever the spell did. So yeah, the Whale is stupid. I have not been hit by the Whale yet, thankfully. Group Project. Create 2/2 red and white spirit creature tokens, but you can also, once it's in the graveyard, tap 3 untapped creatures you control to cast it again. Never be afraid to ask for help. Success is much sweeter when it's shared. Cast it again, but then you exile it, so you can do it once. Which is great, because if you get... It can count the creature it makes. So if you already have 2 creatures and you cast this, you can immediately cast it again by tapping everything. You'll be tapped out except that last creature, but you can do it. Ah, yes. Cube of Bees. Cuboid Colony. It's a insect with flash, and flying, and trample for 2 mana. Increment whenever you cast a spell, yeah, it gets bigger. So if you cast something bigger, it's bigger. It's chaotic in the midst of the swarm. Only when you step back does the pattern emerge. Alright, pack rare, Grave Research. It's a Troll Warlock. At the beginning of your upkeep, Surveil 1. Then if there are 3 or more cards in your graveyard, it becomes prepared. Simple, honestly. This is not it's not what I expected to be hearing. And once it's prepared for 1 mana, excuse me, hiccups. You can put a card from graveyard into the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to the card's mana value. So the great thing is you can pick it from an opponent, but you do lose life. If you have a way to gain life, who cares? Or if it's a big enough creature, who cares? Burst Lightning. Good old Burst Lightning. It's a 1 mana, deal 2 to any... oh, excuse me, what the fuck? It's a 1 mana, deal 2 to any target, but if you pay a bunch of mana, it's actually a 4 to any target, which is a great, like, later game thing. May the storm yield only when your last enemy has fallen. Our foil, Divergent Equation, it's a double X blue. Return up to X target instance or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand, and then you exile this, so this can only happen once. As Quandrix students advance in their studies, even slight miscalculations can have startling effects. But there's a lot of X in the Quandrix stuff because it wants to get bigger spells so that it can increment everything. Titan Grave, dual land, simple. The dual land cycle here, also to Surveil for really expensive. I've never used that, but it's technically there. You can. In the games I've played so far, that has not come up, but nothing is stopping you from doing it. Otherwise, they're, dual lands, come and tapped. There are rare dual lands in this set. I pulled one, technically, but not from here. Studious First Year. This is a crazy card. It's a 1/1 bear for 1. It enters prepared, and the next turn you can Rampant Growth. You just search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. It's simple. If you get this on curve, you get this turn 1, you're rampant. It's great. I love it. I love it. I look forward to pulling every single one of these I can out of a draft. Always. I'm also just a fan of green, so you know. Cost of Brilliance. A sorcery, target player draws 2 cards, loses 2 life, and then you put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature. There will be moments when you are exhausted, with nothing left to give. Remember then when you finally succeed. Interjection, messing up the tower. Interjection. Instant. Target creature gets 2/2, gains first strike until end of turn. Simple, easy, 1 mana. Silver Quill professors dislike when students disrupt their lessons, but can't help approving of the confidence needed to do so. Deluge Virtuoso. When this creature enters, tap target creature and opponent controls, put a stone counter on it. Yeah, I got hit with this earlier. And then Opus, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this gets 1/1 till end of turn. If it was bigger, it gets 2/2 till end of turn. Tackle Artist, we saw earlier. Stadium Title Mage. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. This Prismari team takes the direction to flood the zone. Literally. Yeah. Oh, it's 4/4 too, so it's big. Okay. Potioner's Trove. Simple enough. Add 1 mana of any color, or you gain 2 life. Activate only if you've cast an instant or sorcery this turn. The shops of Ribitus Town will sell anything that can be gathered within Titan's Grove. Just don't ask where they acquired their goods. Harsh Annotation. Destroy target creature. Its controller creates a 1/1 white and black inkling token with flying. I'd start from scratch if I were you. Yeah. If they got a big threat, you can make it a small flyer instead. Rapturous Moment. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards, and add 5 mana to your mana pool in that combination. Fireworks of all kinds fill the skies of Summitfest? Transcendent Archaic. Vigilance, 7 mana. Vigilance Converge. When this creature enters, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of color mana cast the spell. If you draw 1 or more cards this way, discard 2 cards. Even as most Archaics rage across Arcovius, others seem to sink into contemplation. I really kind of want to draft an Archaic. But we'll see. Hardened Academic is the pack rare. Flying Haste. Oh, I got hit with this guy earlier. Yeah. Discard a card. This creature gains lifelink until end of turn. And when 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, which can be this. Do you think I spent a lifetime studying war and learned nothing? Our Helping Hand again. Not foil this time. Our foil, though, is Follow the Lumerets. It's a sorcery with infusion. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them, put them into your hand. If you gain life this turn, you may instead reveal 2 cards or land from among them and put them into your hand, with the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Wall Mountain. Always kind of nice. I do like the way that the little side bits show up in the foil. Looks good. And a token. See, we're already hitting some duplicates. The commons will start hitting duplicates pretty quick. And honestly, at this rate, the Mystical Archive will end up hitting duplicates if we don't start hitting rares, mythics. There's enough of them, but not crazy amounts. Heated Argument. Heated Argument deals 6 damage to target creature. You may exile a card from your graveyard. If you do, Heated Argument also deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. It's a lot of damage. I don't want to hurt you, Johnny, but whatever Jace is planning needs to be stopped. Psh, Jace would never do anything wrong. Tenured Concoctor, a troll druid. Vigilance, whenever this creature becomes the target of spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Infusion, creature gets 2/0 as long as you gain life this turn. Potential can be augmented. Imagination cannot. Send in the Pest. Each opponent discards a card. You make a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this token attacks, you gain a life. Dara couldn't cover her silver quill bullies in ink, but she could do the next best thing. Pest them. Honorbound Page is a good one. First Strike. It's a 3/3 first strike for 4. Enters prepared. So just once you can make target creature get 1/0 and flying till end of turn. Pretty good. First Strike's always kind of nice. Textbook Tabulator. A Frog Wizard. Increment. When this creature enters, Surveil 2. Pretty simple. It's going to get bigger because it's an O, and it gets a Surveil trigger. Terra Fractal. Dinosaur Fractal is its creature type, which I love. Flying creature enters with X/1/1 counters on it. It's a 1/0 by default, so you do have to be at least 3, otherwise it instantly dies when it enters, and you gain 2 life when it enters. Be careful when traversing the Paradox Gardens. Not all experiments are perfectly contained. Silver Quill Charm, got to use this one earlier. Get to either put 2/1/1 counters on target creature, exile a creature with power 2 or less, or each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Simple, easy, good. Tester of the Tangential. Increment, 1/1 base. At the beginning of combat in your turn, you may pay X. When you do, move X 1/1 counters from this creature to another creature. Okay, so this one can increment, and then you can move stuff to other things if you need. Nifty. Eternal Student. Zombie Warlock. For 2 mana, you can exile it from your graveyard and make 2 1/1 white and black inkling creatures. So it's a 4/2, and then you get 2 flying power with it after it's gone. She was entering her 50th year of graduate study with no signs of stopping. Steal the Shows, pack rare. Choose one or both. Target player discards any number of cards and draws that many. Steal the Show deals damage equal to the number of instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. Cool. So you gain stuff and stuff gets hurt for a cheap price. Good. Oh, hell yeah. So there's a cycle of Emerituses. There's one in each color. They all have a really good spell that can be prepared. Their way to prepare is different, but they're all cheap creatures. I can't say they're usually cheap creatures. They're mythic rares, and they can do a good spell once prepared. So this one's a First Strike. Whenever you cast your 3rd spell each turn, it becomes prepared. So once you've already cast 3 spells, you can then bolt something for 1. So easy. Kind of love it. Or if you cast 3 spells and then you can't, that can be one of your spells next turn that can count for one of the 3, which is crazy. The Emerituses all seem like cards you would, if you open one, you pull it in a draft. Feed the Swarm, destroy target creature and opponent controls, but you lose life equal to that permanent mana value. This was fine, because green-black wants to gain life anyway, so I used this yesterday. You cannot fight the hunger tide. You can only run, hide, and pray. Entry in a tattered journal. Our Johnny's response, we saw it earlier, but we didn't have a foil. Now we do. There's our full art mountain, looking dope. And an elemental treasure token. Cool. Yeah, the bonus sheet can be huge, depending. Some of the big bombs on the bonus sheet can be crazy. Some of the big bombs in the game can be crazy. There's another cycle of lessons, which are crazy. I got the green one today. Oracle's Restoration, we saw earlier. Masterful Flourish, we saw. Owlin Historian. Banishing Betrayal. Imperatus Ink Mage. Ooh. Hell, not bonus sheet. Special guest cards, which is this simple. I think they have a 1 in 55 chance of being in a pack. So statistically, we're going to get 1 between these 2 boxes, and it might be this one. Magus of the Library. It's a human wizard 1/1. You can add a colorless or draw a card, but only if you have exactly 7 cards in hand, which is rare. I'm going to just sleeve that. I don't know if it's worth anything, but I just know that they are uncommon enough that I want to sleeve it. Just because they're uncommon doesn't mean they're either good or valuable, but they're still uncommon, and I like it, so screw it. Special guest cards just don't show up often. Again, it's a 1 in 55 per pack chance, so it's pretty low. Aberrant Mana Worm. It's a 2/5 trample, but whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets X attack until end of turn, where X is the amount of mana. What is the equation for terror? Damn, lost research notes. Lecturing Scorn Mage, Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, put a 1/1 on this creature. I expected better from you. Abstract Paint Mage. Oh, this one whooped me earlier too. This one's crazy strong if you get it out on curve. At the beginning of your first main phase, you just get 2 extra mana, but it can only be used to cast instants or sorceries. But if you're red-blue, that's what you want. That's your goal. That gets you to those 5-cost spells way earlier. Or lets you do a 5-cost spell and then have some left around to like cast creatures and stuff. Life is vivid. The pigments I use should be 2. Yeah, like it's uncommon and it should be. It's not quite rare, but it's strong. Flashback. A target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback till end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. So basically something that you wouldn't normally be able to cast again, you can. You just have to pay the cost. So I guess you pay 1 red on top of whatever it would be. Quintorius has found that every new discovery motivated him to keep exploring. Oh, damn. We got another... Oh, this is one of the lessons cycles. I don't remember the names of all of them, but this is the Black Lesson. They're also all mythic. They do a thing, and then they have a new keyword where they basically, you get to cast it for free every turn afterwards. So once you hit that mana cost and cast it, if it doesn't get countered, you also get to do it every turn for the rest of the game. This one is target player loses 2 life, or draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. So every single turn, you get to pick someone to draw 2 and lose 2. I do believe... Yeah, it's a May. So if it's close, if you're like, nah, I don't want to give them the draw. They're too far away. I don't want to drain myself. You can. It is a May. You don't have to do it. Royal Treatment. Target creature you control gains hexproof till end of turn. Create a royal token attached to that creature. The royal token gets 1/1, has ward. Simple, but cool. Strife Scholar. That was also 2 rare mythic packs in a row. Damn. Strife Scholar we saw. Now it's foil. A forest and a fractal pest token. All right, 2 mythics, 2 pretty big mythics back to back, and a bonus, not bonus sheet, special guest. I always want to call it bonus sheet layer, but it's not a bonus sheet. Zealous Lorecaster, a giant sorceress. When this creature enters, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Simple, easy, giant. Everyone agrees is one of the cutest cards in the set. It's Noxious Newt. It has Death Touch. It's a mana dork, and it's a 1/2, not a 1/1. Brightly colored skin doesn't always mean a creature is poisonous, but why take the risk? Burning Bane Maker. It's a frog warlock. Death Touch. For 2 mana, it gets 1/1 till end of turn. In most colleges, Aaron's poisonous skin would have made them a pariah. In Witherbloom, they were one of the most popular students on campus. Rapier Wit. It's an instant tap target creature. If it's your turn, put a stun counter on it. And draw a card. I make promises, not threats. Landscape Painter. It enters prepared, and then for 5 mana, you can draw 2 cards, which is good if you have things that want big costs. Otherwise, it's a bit pricey, but, why not? Excuse me. Inkling Mascot. I needed more of these today. I didn't have enough. It's just a 2/2 Inkling Cat, but whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, this gets flying till end of turn, and you surveil 1. At the ready when words fail. Arnin Deathbloom Botanist, a vampire druid. Death Touch. When a creature you control with power toughness 1 or less dies, target opponent loses 2 life and gain 2 life. Specific. You need small creatures. If you got tokens or something, though, that could work. My lovelies need meat, just like any other carnivore. Practiced Scrollsmith. A dwarf cleric. First strike. When this creature enters, exile target non-creature non-land card from your graveyard until the end of your next turn. You can cast it, which is really strong because they want to do that anyway. Every weapon has a story. Let me tell you this one's. Muse Seeker, an elf wizard with Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. If it was 5 mana or more, you then discard a card unless 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell. What? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, draw a card, then discard a... Oh, okay. So it's a draw discard. If 5 or more, it's just a draw. Okay, I was reading it weird. Failure can be reason to quit or fuel for inspiration. The choice is always yours. Ink-shaped Demonstrator. An elephant cleric with ward 2. Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, targets a creature. This creature gets 1/0 and gains lifelink till end of turn. That's nice. I like that one. Would have used that today. Stirring Hope Singer, a bird bard. Flying lifelink. I wanted this today. This would have been great. Flying lifelink. Repartee whenever you cast an instant sorcery. Targets a creature, but it won't counter on each creature you control. This is disgusting, and if I had this today, I would have won games. I can pretty convincingly say that. Though not all her students have wings, she's determined to help them reach new heights. Our Mystical Archive, Sleight of Hand. Look at the top 2 cards of the library. Put one of them into your hand, the other on the bottom of your library. Confounding an enemy can be as effective as disarming them. The Trickster's Guide to Staying Alive. We've got Primary Research as our foil. When this enchantment enters, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. To the battlefield, it is pricey though. At the beginning of your end step, if a card left your graveyard this turn, draw a card. We've got a Paradox Garden, and we've got a Inkling Spirit Token. Cool. So I got a ways to go, and a second box, but again, it'll be picking up as we go. Heated Argument. We saw that one, yep. Tenured Concoctor. Send in the Pest, see, as soon as I say it. Honor-bound Page. Textbook Tabulator, was this one? Yes, we did. Terrafractal. Inkling Mascot. Artistic Process. Choose one. Artistic Process deals 6 damage to target creature. Artistic Process deals 2 damage to each creature you don't control. Or make a 3/3 flying elemental creature token, which has haste till end of turn. Luen Exchange Student. I was having fun with this one. Both I wanted to run it today, but I couldn't, so I ran it yesterday. It enters prepared, and you can exile a creature card from your own graveyard to re-prepare it, but only on your turn, and it's a sorcery. And then once it's prepared for 1 mana, you just make a 1/1 pest that gains life when it attacks. So it's a good way to just, oh, something died? Okay, well, at least I have a blocker. At least I have a body. At least I can gain life. It's useful. A Matter-Bending Mage. Human Wizard. When this creature enters, return up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hand. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, this creature can't be blocked this turn. Alright, sounds useful. Ooh, I forgot that there was a... Yeah, this is the, like, alternate art version for a lot of cards. Wild Growth Archaic. That's cool looking. I like the, like, scroll look, which is, of course, what they were going for. Creature Avatar Trample Reach for what could just be 2 mana, but you're going to want for more. Creature enters with a 1/1 counter for each color of mana spent on it. Whenever you cast a creature spell, that creature enters with X additional 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast it. Oh, this gives everything converge. That's disgusting. I love that. Oh, I want that in draft. Locust Spray. This was not useful to me. It's too many creatures in the set have 2 toughness or more. It's cool that it's here. I love the look of it. I love the art of it. Target creature gets -1/-1 total turn, or you can cycle it to discard this card or draw a card. It's in this set, it's not useful. In other sets, it probably would be. You could find a use, but I think it's too weak. A suit of armor is only as good as it seems. Vanity Lost, A Knight's Folly. Dig Site Inventory. Sorcery, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains vigilance till end of turn, and you can flash it back for 1. So it's 1 to cast and 1 to cast it again, which is great. I checked my pack twice before we left campus, so why do I feel like I forgot something? Got our red-blue dual land and an elemental treasure token. And we got, what, 2 more left over there? So far, so good on the mythics. I always want more. It would be so dope if I pulled the other Planeswalker. I think there's only 2 in this set. I haven't pulled a Planeswalker in forever, so I was happy to do one in limited, no less. Strife Scholar we saw. Efflorescence we saw. Love it. Melancholic Poet. Stone Docent. Fractal Mascot. We didn't see. This one's really good, too. It's expensive, but it's a 6/6 trample. And when it enters, you get to tap something an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. It's just a big body. The nature of theory, given form and function. And also for a college that wants to get big spells so that they can get their stuff to increment, it's a big spell. Pursue the Past, also useful. I got hit with this a lot. You gain 2 life, you discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards, and then you flash it back. Stones in your path are not obstacles, but discoveries. Old Growth Educator, Vigilance Reach, Infusion, a Treefolk Druid. When this creature enters, put 2 1/1 counters on it if you gain life this turn. I would have loved to have this. Yeah, a 6/6 for 4 as long as you gained life. Yeah. Here's my most important lesson. Within all life dwells a living essence. You must decide for yourself how you'll use that knowledge. Vibrant Outburst. A Vibrant Outburst deals 3 damage to any target. Tap up to 1 target creature. I'll show you a colorful insult. Emil, Vastlands Roamer. Gotta love anyone named Emil, clearly. No biased reason whatsoever. Elf Druid. Creatures you control with 1 counters on them also have Trample. And for 5 mana, you can tap them, make a green and blue fractal creature token, but put X 1 counters on it, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. Interesting. That's an interesting one. Ennis Debate Moderator. Human Cleric. When Ennis enters, exile up to 1 other target creature you control. Return it to the battlefield under zone of control. I saw this one already, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Geomancer's Arthropod. Fractal Crab. It's okay, it doesn't look like a crab. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, to look at the top X cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom. This is great if you're going to cast X spells. Creatures that have survived blood-soaked millennia should not be underestimated. Big score! Hell yeah, we got another rare. It's an instant for 4 mana. Add an additional cast to cost to cast the spell. Discard a card. Draw 2 cards. Create 2 treasure tokens. Love it. Yep, love it. See, I'm gonna say it's not a crab. It's a crustacean. Because arthropods are crustaceans, but that doesn't make it crab. There's just, there's no keyword for that. Crab's the closest creature type. Thunderdrum Soloist, Dwarf Bard, Reach. Whenever you cast a sorcerer spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. If 5 or more, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. Damn. Damage for just casting spells? Is that it? Oh, okay, it's like uncommon. Okay. Mountain, and then a Fractal Pest token. Yeah, that seemed really strong if it was common. It's still good at uncommon for that. It always wants to cast spells, obviously. And a free ping every time you do? Zealous Lorecaster, still love the name. Noxious Newt, adorable. Burog, Bane, what was it? Bane Maker? Yeah, I can actually see the cards. My mic's in my way, so I'm actually looking at the screen. Rapier Wit, Landscape Painter, Elemental Mascot, we didn't see. Elemental Bird, Flying Vigilance, and when you cast an instant or sorcerer spell, it gets 1/0. If 5 or more mana was spent, instead, you also get to exile the top card of your library, and you can play that card until your end of your next turn. It soars in the presence of true beauty. Quillblade Lorite, Double Strike, enters prepared. Target creature gets 1/0 and gains Double Strike till end of turn. So you can give Double Strike to something else. Damn, loves me some Double Strike. Would have loved that today. Additive Evolution. When this enchantment enters, make a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token, and then put 3 1/1s on it. At the beginning of combat in your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, and it gains vigilance. That's great. I love that. I want that. Numbers have no limits. Why should nature? Dissection Practice. This put in work for me today. Target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Up to 1 target creature gets +1/1 until end of turn. Up to 1 target creature gets -1/1 until end of turn. For 1 mana, this puts in so much work. From the very first incision, Enid regretted choosing Witherbloom for her inter-college elective. Oh, hey, it's one of the rare lands. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands, so it's not good turn 1 or turn 2, really, but it's probably good turn 3. They call these slow lands. Life is defined by change. When I shucked my flesh to combat the Phyrexian infection, it was not lost to me, merely a new state of being. Hell yeah. Gonna log in for the Half Annie in Nikkei? I mean, I log in every day, so yes, probably. I actually don't usually log in on the weekends. Oh, Quandrix the Proof. This is the leader of the Quandrix College, which is the green-blue, the ones that want to get bigger. That's the dragon. Flying Trample for 6. Cascade. So when you cast a spell, exile cards on the top of your library to exile a non-land card that costs less, and then you cast it for free. And then the other exiled ones just go on the bottom. Instant sorcery spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. Generally speaking, I don't, but I usually forget to go on the weekends because it's kind of a during work type thing I do. It's weird. I'm going to sleeve that. I don't even think it's worth anything. I don't care. I like the dragons. I kind of hope the dragons aren't worth anything because I want to keep them, but they're probably worth a little bit. I don't know yet. There's not a lot listed because it's still pre-release time. So it's really hard to gauge value of them. I guess I could check eBay, but whatever. We've got an uncommon Return the Favor. Spree, choose one or more. Okay, so for 2, you get to choose. So it costs a minimum of 3 mana, and if you cast 4, you get both. Copy instant or sorcery spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. You may choose new targets, and change the target to target spell or ability with a single target. We got a Leech Collector. Human Warlock, whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, this creature becomes prepared, and then for 1 mana, once it's prepared, each opponent loses 2 life. That's good, okay. It's worth something you can keep... I mean, yes, correct. I feel like for every card out there, I have a point where it's like, nah, it's worth more to keep it for me. Every cool card, at least. Spectacle Summit we had already, but now it's foil, and one of these. So, like, realistically, if I got the full art one, it would be a different value to me. But this one, like, if this is worth less than 5, I'm holding on to it. If it's worth more than 5, I'm going to sell it. The borderless one would be at a different point. That's how I do. Every now and again, there's one that's just like, nah, that's too cool. I've got a whole binder full of stuff that's not worth more than like $1, but it's just so cool looking. I couldn't bring myself to sell all of them. I had to keep one. It's like, it just looks too dope. Muse's Encouragement we saw. This is the last of the first third. Expressive Fire Dancer, so we'll get rid of the big stack momentarily. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets 1/1 on the turn. If it was 5 or more, it also gains double strike. That's good. For 2, damn. Now let your movement respond to the music. Yes, just like that. Follow the Lumerts we saw. Wander Off. Oh, man, I had 2 of these on Friday. Simple. 4 mana, exile creature. Done. It's gone. This place may be the Titan's grave, but if you aren't careful, it can be yours as well. Very simple, very effective. Dig Site Inventory we saw. Page Loose Leaf we saw. Abigail Poet Lorette. I don't think we did. Legendary creature Bird Bard. Flying. When you cast a creature spell, Abigail becomes prepared. Okay, so every creature she gets to prepare. And then for 2, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Okay, I like that. I would absolutely. Impractical Joke. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Impractical Joke deals 3 damage to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Strixhaven students have a sense of humor. The spirits of the Blood Age do not. Yeah, that's fair. Fractal Tender. Elf Wizard Ward 2 increment. At the beginning of each step, if you put a counter on this creature this turn, you get to also make a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token and put 3 1/1s on it. Damn, okay. Zafi and the Tempests. Once during each of your turns, you may cast... Oh, I got hit with this earlier. It's 6 mana, but it's disgusting. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand for free. Stupid. But it's so expensive that, like, it's fair. And it's killable. It's a body. Leave everything on the stage and give them a performance they'll never forget. It was stupid because it was being used against me. Double rare pack. Ambitious Augmenter, a turtle wizard. Love that the turtle just gave himself big buff arms. Increment. When this creature dies, if it had 1 or more counters on it, make a green and blue fractal creature token and put this creature's counters on it. So it gets to live, kinda. Ooh, Stargaze is pretty. I didn't have this one yet. Look at twice X cards from the top of your library. Put X from among them into your hand and the rest in the graveyard. You lose X life. I stay away from poems about the night. It's beautiful, yes, but somehow it always feels just a little bit hungry, says Abigail. Mindful Biomancer. Creature enters, you gain 1 life, and... Oh, yeah, I saw that one earlier. Yeah. Field of Strife, that's the dual land, and Fractal Spirit. Alright, so that's the first third done. I'm just going to move these out of the way. Keep going. Alright, shimmy these over. Keep going. Oh man, a classic. We do love Lelouch. It's good. Alrighty. Eager Glyph Mage. We didn't see this, but I did use this earlier today. Actually, this is a really good card. I just didn't pull it enough times. I had 2 copies. I pulled it like once. It's a 3/3 for 4, which is okay, but when it enters, it also makes a 1/1 flyer. Charles poured his heart into his words and watched them take flight. Run Behind. Spell costs 1 less if it targets an attacking creature, and the owner gets to put it on top of their choice of on top or on the bottom of their library. Sky Coach waits for no one. Tome Blast. 2 damage any target with flashback. Your history. Yeah, kind of useful. Shopkeeper's Bane. Another great just life gain. 4/2. Trample. Whenever you gain... Whenever this creature attacks, you gain 2 life. Pull from the Grave. I would have loved to have had. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand and gain 2 life. It only had to do the return, but it gave you life too. A little bruised, a little broken, but at least no longer... Oh, we started with that, didn't we? Yeah. Rancorous, Archaic, Trample Reach, and Converge enters with 1/1 counter for each color of mana spent to cast it. As the giant shadow loomed, the Forum of Amenities fell silent for the first time in its history. Environmental Scientist, Human Druid. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Also, anything that gets you land, always good. Now to put into practice what I learned in class. So it is hand, not battlefield, but it could be good if you need landfall. Molten Note. Molten Note deals damage to target creature equal to the amount of mana spent to cast the spell, and it's got an X. And then you can flash it back to do it again for big cost. It's characteristic of the Blood Age for instruments of music to also be tools of war. Skycoach Waypoint. Ah, this is one of the ways you can prepare something. For 3 mana and tap this land, target creature becomes prepared. So all those things that don't have a way to re-prepare themselves, if you got this, yes they do. Do you have all your books, and your stylus, and your extra uniform, and your lucky scarf? Overheard at Hookfear Station. I love this card. I don't usually play blue-red, but I love this card as a totality thing. Traumatic Critique. Dramatic Critique deals X damage to any target, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. The artist should suffer for their craft, not the audience. I just love it. The art, the flavor, very good. Big fan. The White Emeritus. This one, it's super useful, but it can't naturally re-prepare itself, unless you have that land. So it's a Cat Cleric, 3/3 for 3. When this creature enters, target player creates a 1/1 Inkling with flying. Then, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, this becomes prepared. So you can, theoretically, if you have equal amounts of creatures, you can give the opponent the Inkling to prepare. And once it's prepared, for 1 mana, exile target creature, and its control against life equal to its power. Super good removal, super cheap, love it. Spell Pierce. Really specific, but good if you need it. Counter target non-creature spell, unless its controller pays 2. One does not need to be stronger than their opponent. You need only force them to play their hands before you've shown your own. We got our Bogwater Lumert in foil, and Island, a Fractal, and Pest. Yeah. There we go. I feel like the Mythic rate's been passable. I really want a Mythic Mystical Archive. I think we've only hit, 2 rares so far? Unsubtle Mockery. Unsubtle Mockery deals 4 damage to target creature, so we got 1. He said it was physically impossible to capture an exact likeness. The technique could use a little work, but I got the expression right. Damn. The Luna Alley Shopkeep, a Goblin Warlock with Menace and Infusion. Gets 2/0 as long as you've gained life this turn. This one's for my private stock. Menace is always useful. Rehearsed Debater, Vigilance, and Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, this gets 1/1 till end of turn. Of course I talk to myself. Who wouldn't want to hear me speak? Wow. Spellbook Seeker. Flying enters prepared, and you can draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Bird Wizard. Seize the Spoils, and at its initial cost to cast a spell, discard a card. Wasn't this the heist one? Hold on. I don't think we've seen that one, but I read that text. Didn't we get that with not Return the Favor. Big Score. Additional cost, discard a card, draw 2 cards. This is just better. Okay, so this is an extra mana and gets 2 treasure tokens. This is a less mana and makes 1 treasure token. That's the difference. Okay, got it. I was like, I've read that, but we didn't see this one yet. The annual arts festival, Summerfest, draws participants from across Acavios, but only one will walk away with the Grand Muse Trophy. Spirit Mascot, it's a Spirit Ox. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, it gets 1 bigger. Unflagging, Unafraid, and Undaunted. Stirring Hornomancer. I didn't run this guy today because when this creature enters, look at the top X cards of the library, X the number of creatures you control, put 1 of those cards in your hand, put the rest into the graveyard. That can be good, it could be bad. Speak as though the world will be a better place after your words are in it. Limerence Favor, Infusion, when you cast a spell, copy it. If you've gained life this turn, you can choose a new target for the copy. Target creature gains +2/+4 till end of turn. Disgusting. I should have run more of these. Though the Lumerants were ignored by other Witherbloom students, it was clear to the Lewin they were much more complex than they seemed. Living history. When this enchantment enters, make a 2/2 red and white spirit creature token. Whenever you attack, if a card left your graveyard this turn, target attacking creature gets 2/0. Experience is a harsh tutor. Arcane Omens. Converge. Target player discards X cards, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast this. Lowland suddenly felt that he was seeing something very dangerous. The crackling magic, the thunderous chanting, the urge to turn and run replaced all his curiosity. Tragedy Feaster. A demon. Trample, ward, discard a card, and infusion. At the beginning of the end step, sack a permanent unless you gain life. Damn. Okay, so it's really big, but you have to gain life. Otherwise, it starts eating your stuff. In the wake of the Archaics rampage, much worse was to come. Damn, that would have been a fun one. Abrade. Choose one. Abrade deals 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. We learned so much from the relics we find. What might we have learned from the relics we lost? And then the same card we just read, but in foil. And a foil land. Beautiful. And did that not... Oh, I dropped the token. That's why I was like, there's no token back there. It's Fractal Spirit. Cool. I was like, there's got to be a token back there. After another pack or two, I might take a second to just take a sip. Reading lots of cards. Johnny's response. Quick study. Unsubtle Mockery. Mindful Biomancer. Bogwater Lumerant. Spirit Mascot. Micah, Reader of Ruins. Human Artificer. Ward, pay 3 life, so you can't target it unless you lose life. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcerer spell, you may sack an artifact. If you do, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets. Interesting. I don't know how many artifacts are in this set that are worth sacking, but also interesting. Forum Necroscribe. Oh, I had one of these, and it never put in work because it was just too pricey. But in theory, it's great. To target it, you have to discard a card, which is great. Or when your opponents target it. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcerer spell that targets a creature, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. On paper, great. It just didn't work for me. She had watched many arguments with her on the forum floor. Now it was time to call on them to prove her point. Pest Brood Sloth. What plant sloth creature? Reach. When it dies, you make 2 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens that gain life. The sloths of Titan's Grove move so infrequently that entire ecosystems develop on the fur. Interesting. I hadn't seen that one, but I like it. Pensive Professors are rare. Increment, and whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on this creature, draw a card. Easy, simple, love it. To the patient mind, no problem is unsolvable. Oh, hey, the Blue Emeritus! I pulled this one during the pre-release, but this one's really good. This one's really good because Ancestral Recall is stupid. So, 5 mana, Human Wizard, Flying, Ward 2, 5/5. That's already... Honestly, if it was that, I'd kind of still be like, it's probably useful. Flying, Ward 2, 5/5. It enters prepared, and whenever this creature attacks, you can exile 8 cards from your graveyard to prepare it again. But when it's prepared, for 1 mana, draw 3 cards. Stupid. Stupid, stupid. Love it. Giant Growth. A classic card. I love this art for it. Target creature gets 3/3 until end of turn. If you make a mistake when calculating your spell's output, please use the emergency spell trap nets. Posting inside Quandrix Spell Labs. I like this art. It's good. Oh, a foil Emeritus. We saw the red one earlier, but damn, now we got a foil one. Okay, that was a pack and a half. That was a really good pack. We're immediately putting this in the sleeve. I don't know if the Emerituses are worth much, but a foil one, I like. That one will take. Damn. Okay. Don't hate that at all. Come on, now we gotta get the... I feel like this has been a good box. Again, it's too early to know the value of these, like, to the dollar. Because they're all going to change next week when people can list them anyway. So it's really hard to know at this point. But the Emerituses are going to be useful. So even if they're not super rare, they'll sell. Hungry Griffalon. It's a giraffe. It's got reach and increment. The nature of the Paradox Gardens is such that the beasts that live there are always exactly as tall as they need to be to get a snack. Perfect. Sneering Shade Rider. This guy put in some work for me. It's a flying 3/3, but when it enters, each opponent loses 2 and you gain 2 life. The whole display was uninspired and derivative, and left me wondering what was the point. Elite Interceptor, a really good cheap creature. It's a 1 for 1/2, enters prepared, and then for 2 you can tap or untap target creature and draw a card. Probably would have been nice even with the tap, but the draw, yeah. Chase Inspiration. Target creature you control gets 0/3 and gains hexproof till end of turn. Nothing gets in the way of a Prismari student following a great idea. A Rubble Rouser. When this creature enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Exile a card from the graveyard. Add 1 red mana. When you do, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. History is patient. I am not. Rakros Archaic, I think we saw, yeah. Stadium Title Mage we saw. Graduation Day. A enchantment with repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Not a journey's end, but its beginning. That would be great. I want that in any deck I run that runs those colors. Growth Curve. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature. Disgusting with this in this college. Disgusting. There's no force stronger or more daunting than that of exponential growth. Yeah, agreed. Foolish Fate. Destroy target creature. Love the art on it too. Infusion. If you gain life this turn, that creature's controller loses 3 life. Also good. It's already just a kill, but it might make him lose life too. There's some lessons so simple that I thought they needn't to be taught. I suppose I was wrong. Oh, I hate this book. Oh, this book caused me so much problems. Yesterday, the only colors I lost against were the white-red. Somebody got this out on curve. So every turn you get to mill a card, and you can play that card this turn. And also, whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, which again is the whole thing they want to do, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. Disgusting. It's card advantage, it's damage, it's life gain in an artifact. And there's not too many ways to get rid of artifacts in the set, because there's not too many good artifacts. Few relics survive the turmoil of the Blood Age. Those that did are powerful, dangerous, or both. So this put in so much work. Bulk Up, a classic. Double target creature's power until end of turn, and it can flashback. My teeth to bite and break, my claws to rip and rend, my heart with fury quakes, to madness I ascend. Rapier Wit, but this time in foil. And Island, and a Fractal Pest. Move that a little. Alright, keep it going. What's we got? Oh, we got spam in chat is what we got. Cool. Now we don't. Ulna Alley's Shopkeep, Rehearsed Debater, Spellbook Seeker, Seize the Spoils, Hungry Griffala, Terramorphic Expanse, a classic. But any set that wants you to like splash different colors should have it. Simple. Well, it's a land, but you can tap and sack it to search your library for a basic land card, put it in the battlefield tapped. It's basically you can't do anything with this, but go find something you'd need. Some say this Snarl, the most turbulent, changeable location in all of Avaricus, is the birthplace of the 5 Elder Dragons. There are also whispers it's where they are destined to die. Oh, this guy also messed me up earlier. Sonar, Unfinished Genius. So he's only 2. He enters prepared, and he can make a treasure token if you've cast a spell this turn, so he gets you more mana. And he's got another one of the 5 mana cost stupid things that trigger all the things that want 5 mana. Search your library for instant, and it's also tutored. Search your library for instant or sorcery, reveal it, put it in your hand. So he triggers all the things that want 5 mana or more, and you get whatever sorcery you need. Stupid. And I'm only mad because it beat me. I don't think it's actually a bad card. I'm mad it beat me. Cylonic Tackle. Target creature you control gets 0/10 till end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Skurds to climb the tower, Servants to cross the stadium, and Turtles to win the game. Quandrix Mage Tower Tactics. Lorehold Charm, another charm. This one lets you either each opponent sacks a non-token artifact of the choice, return target artifact or creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, or creatures you control get 1/1 and gain trample for turn. All pretty good. Leech Collector, we saw earlier. Kind of love the art on that one too. Ooh, okay. We got one of the scroll arts of a mythic. Restoration Seminar. Oh, it's the lesson. Okay, so it's the return target non-land permanent card from graveyard to the battlefield, and then you get to do it again at the start of every turn for the rest of the game for free. Disgusting. That's got to be something. I'm sleeving that. Wish it was foil, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. That's pretty good. All those lessons are kind of crazy. I think the green one might be my favorite, but this is objectively pretty damn good. If the game goes that long, you just get something back every single turn for free for the rest of the game, which is nuts. Our Mystical Archive, Knockout Maneuver. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, then it deals damage equal to its power to something else. Who do you think would win in a fight, a lion or a unicorn? Well, if one of them got a 1/1 counter, that kind of sways it, doesn't it? Ooh, foil newt. Love it. A florist, and some tokens. I feel like this has been a strong pack so far, or box so far. But I guess we'll have to compare it to the next one, won't we? Wild Hypothesis. Create a 1/1 green and blue fractal creature token, put X1/1 counters on it. So it's a build your own mana cost. Surveil 2 on top of it all. Last Gasp. Target creature gets the -2/3 until end of turn. This is good, but so many creatures that I wanted to deal with were bigger than 3/3, which was annoying. A reminder, students, that those of you unlucky enough to have lungs must mask up for this assignment. Ascendant Dusk Speaker. Flying. When this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on another target creature you control. Beginning of combat in your turn, exile up to one target creature from target card from a graveyard. Yeah, this is really good for this. It's expensive, though. You can always tell who just left Professor Osgir's lecture on practical restoration. Procrastinate, my favorite card. Yeah, we'll read that one. I mean, no. Tap target creature, put twice X stun counters on it. This is disgusting. I got hit with this for 6 stun counters. It basically just goes, you're not going to use that creature for the rest of the game. Hey, Pia, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland. Plina, how you doing? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. I definitely recognize that name. I know who you are. How you doing? Hope things are going well for you. So far, the things of note that we opened, we got our Scroll Restoration Seminar, we got Emeritus, we've gotten more than one Emeritus, we got a foil Emeritus, and we got a Magus of the Library. We have gotten a few other mythics, which are nice, like, we have 2 other Emerituses, we have the Black Lesson? I forget what other lesson we got. So it's been okay, we're still in the first box. What was the other lesson we got? Giant Growth. Oh, we got that one. I swear we had another lesson. Oh, yeah, it was the Black Lesson. All right, cool. And a good handful of other ones. We got the Blue-Green Dragon. It's been a decent box so far. Procrastinate. Yeah, none of these projects are due until end of semester. I've still got a whole week to finish them. Ancestral Anger. Target creature gains trample and gets XO until end of turn, where X is 1 plus the number of cards named Ancestral Anger in the graveyard, so it's only better with more of them. Delayed site to see you pull. Yeah, no worries. I think this has been a good box, but I can't compare it to much else either. I haven't pulled another box of this yet. An incautious lore-hold student may learn more about the unbound rage of the Blood Age than they wanted to. Biblioplex Tomekeeper. When this creature enters, choose up to 1. The target creature becomes prepared. Oh, that's cool. So this is another way to prepare things. Or unprepare something from an enemy. I like this. I want some of these. Due dates are firm and will be enforced. Oh, this isn't... So I actually did get my playmat in today. This one I bought at Best Buy, but I did get my Lightning one in today. Not in time to play with it today, but on Friday I'll be able to play with it, and it'll match my my sleeves. I thought about using it, but I didn't open it yet. But it's specifically that art of Lightning, so I'm pretty hyped. It's not the exact art on my sleeves, which is nice. I didn't want it to match. I wanted it to be something different. So that'll be cool on Friday. This one, it took a while for me. It just came in today, and it said it was going to be Monday. It took a while for them to ship it, but at the price I paid for it, I'm okay. Wilt in the Heat. This spell costs 2 less to cast. If one or more cards left to graveyard this turn, deals 5 damage to target creature. If that creature would die, exile it instead. It'll be fun, they said. The fields are full of dead things, they said. Colossus of the Blood Age. Oh, this guy also was threatening. When this creature enters, it deals 3 damage to each opponent and you gain 3 life. When it dies, discard any number of cards and draw that many cards plus 1. This is the thing I kept exiling with the other card. Because when you exile something, it doesn't die. It gets put in exile. So, Brush Off. Spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets an instant or sorcery, and counter it. You're the one who brought a priceless scroll to a duel. With a Bloom Charm, I knew this one because I used it. You can choose one, sack a permanent if you do draw 2 cards. I didn't realize you could sack a land. It doesn't say non-land permanent. So if you're ahead in land and you need card draw, you can do that. You gain 5 life, which is great because it always wants to gain life, but it probably has a better way to do it anyway, or destroy small things. Grave Researcher, we saw earlier. Deduce. Draw a card and investigate. To investigate, you make a clue token, which is just an artifact with pay 2 and sack it to draw a card. Do not overlook the unusual, for therein often lies the key to the unknown. Stream your play box opening. Oh yeah, why not? Solid data set everything up. See, I stream most nights, but I usually stream video game stuff. It's just when a new set comes out, we usually do boxes. I could not afford this and the Hololive. Next weekend, if I can afford a Hololive box and they still have it, I'll open one of the new Hololive sets. But I couldn't swing it. And I wanted 2 of this. Visionary Dance, we saw? We did, yes. But that's foil. Fields of Strife. And Elemental Treasure. Definitely didn't know you had a Twitch account. That's awesome. It's something I've done for a while. So it's most nights that aren't D&D or cards. Usually I'm here, but usually playing games. Unless there's new cards to open. I'd love to be able to open cards every day, but I don't got that kind of money. Unless I did 1 pack a day, maybe. Snaring Shade Rider, we saw. Elite Interceptor. Chase Inspiration. Rubble Rouser. I feel like we've seen most of the commons for the most part. We still keep seeing new ones, but like, uncommon. Flow State. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them in your hand, rest in the bottom of your library in any order. If there's an instant or card or sorcery card in your graveyard, instead put 2 of them in your hand. Startled Relic Sloth. The Sloth Beast. Trample Lifelink. Love those. At the beginning of combat in your turn, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Also, it wants things to leave a graveyard. So, should your Sloth become agitated, remove all valuables from the immediate area and wait for it to tire out. This will not take long. Topiary Lecture. Oh yeah, hold on. I forgot I could just do that from here, can't I? Perfect. There you go. Stream Arena. See, there you go. I've streamed Arena once. I did some drafts of Final Fantasy because we got a lot of Final Fantasy fans here. A lot of my viewer base is not Magic fans, but that's okay. Everybody can appreciate dope art and pulling random stuff. Replace truck front suspension. Oh, that sucks, but it's important. Yeah. You have to do that. Topiary Lecturer, Elf Druid with increment, and add an amount of green mana equal to the creature's power. Oh, increment and then more mana? Love that. Before we can understand nature, we must learn to nurture it. Yeah, who doesn't like gambling? But with cardboard. Snooping Page, I had one of these today, and I never got to put it to use. It's a good concept, but I never got to really do it. So, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature, this creature can't be blocked this turn. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose a life. All good, I just never got it to work. Eavesdropping is not a misdeed in the forum, but a fact of life. Oh, hey. Wild Growth Archaic. Wow, that song is so quiet. Alright, this is how it is. Trample Reach, Converge. When this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on it for each color of mana spent. Whenever you cast a creature spell, that creature also gets... Oh, we saw this one earlier. Yeah, it's the Converge that gives other things Converge. Pongify. Destroy target creature can't be regenerated. Its controller makes a 3/3 green ape creature token. So it is a shame that it gives them a creature, but it's dirt cheap. And if their thing is a bigger threat than a vanilla 3/3, it's a net positive for you. We see here a perfect example of a fundamental principle. Nothing can be destroyed. It's merely catastrophically reorganized. I like that one. That's a good one. I mean, I get it. It's useful. Oh, hey, look. It's the same card that's over there. It's just shiny now. Oh, hey, Forum of the Amity, also foil, and a copy/sprite. Yeah, all of the Mystic Archives are good art. I am salty that there's so this is not the first time we've been to Strixhaven. The other time was when I wasn't playing. But in that set, you were still guaranteed a Mystical Archive in each pack, and they look dope, but you had a slim chance to get the Japanese art. Now you can only get Japanese art in the collector's packs, and the collector's packs are really expensive because of that exact reason. I love this bear. I will draft this bear every time it comes around to me, as long as there's not something crazy better for it. I love this bear. This bear puts in work. Cost of Brilliance, I think we saw that one. Interjection, target creature gets 2/2, gains first strike on the turn. Silver Quill, professors dislike when students... Oh yeah, I did read that one, damn it. Deluge, Virtuoso, we saw. Pest Mascot, we didn't actually see. I had 2 of these yesterday, and they're great. Trample, whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on it. Great. Love it. No notes. Hungering for the zest of life. Potioner's Trove, we saw. Stress Dream. Man, some of these cards really tap into that college life. Stress Dream deals 5 damage to up to 1 target creature. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of those cards in your hand, and the other on the bottom. Kelgs? Attempt at a calming nap proved futile. Yeah. Infirmary Healer. Let me just... We're almost out of this third, so I can move those out of the way. Infirmary Healer. Oh, man. So, the dragon... for red-blue. Life was living on instant ramen. That too, but they already did that for Final Fantasy, so they didn't redo it here. The red-blue dragon that leads it is a 7/7 flyer that makes everything you cast have a storm, which is basically you copy it for every spell cast before it on that turn. So even though this says target player gains X life, I had somebody pay 4 for X and gain 12 life earlier because it was the 3rd spell that turn. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. Love it. I want to cast it. I don't want to have it cast against me. Charging Strife Knight. A Spirit Knight. It's got haste and you can discard a card to draw a card. Cool. Yeah, no, it was stupid. They went straight back to 20 life and it was like, okay. Choreographed Sparks. This spell can't be copied. And then you get to choose one or both. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You can choose new target, or copy target creature spell you control. The copy gains haste, and at the beginning of the next turn, sack it. So you get 1 turn to do something with it. Double rare pack, Vicious Rivalry, and an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. Excuse me. Destroy all artifacts and creatures with mana value X or less. Good if you're on the high end and they're not. So intense was their hatred, they didn't realize how lonely they'd become. In the end, all they had was each other, and they hated that too. Damn. The Zombify! Turn target creature card from graveyard to the battlefield. From your graveyard to the battlefield. Simple. Calling the dead isn't difficult. Commanding them once they answer, however, is a different story. Oh hey, a triple rare pack, but we did already see this one. Now it's just in foil. Form of Amity and Inkling Spirit. Cool. I went down. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Oh, you shouldn't be able to get the same one twice. I did Wither Friday and Silver Quill today. My Wither was way better, and I still only won 1. Silver Quill, I got whooped. But yeah, random I kind of get... Well, they should... I don't know. It's hard... I guess it's hard, honestly, to keep track of what everyone got. Because then people would be like, no, the only one I haven't tried is this one. But like, man, that sucks. I'm sorry. I hope you still had a good time with it, obviously. I think drafting the set's going to be bananas, so... Let's see how that goes. Okay, cool. Drafting is going to be bananas. I want to draft this guild, and I want to draft Archaics. Those are the 2 things I want to see happen. I mean, I really want to do Witherbloom, but I think a lot of people are going to want to do Witherbloom. I think it's going to be really contested. So, we saw Dust Speaker. We saw Procrastinate. Ancestral Anger, Pest Mascot, we just saw. Homesickness, target player draws 2 cards. Tap up to 2 target creatures, put a stun counter on each of them. We know you're working hard. Dress warm and get enough sleep. Dad says hi. Love, Mom. Aw. Garrison Excavator, Menace, Orc Sorcerer. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, make a 2/2 red and white spirit creature token. I hate it. I hate it. I didn't even have to play against this, and I hate it. I don't want that. I don't care that they're off limits. The Lost Barracks hold too many war relics to not pay them a visit. Already hate that. Already super hate that. Essence Knit Scholar. Dryad Warlock. When this creature enters, make a 1/1 black and green pest creature token that gains life when it attacks. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. Useful. Life and death is a complex pattern that needs careful stitching. End of the Hunt. Target opponent exiles a creature or planeswalker they control with the greatest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. Useful. Love that. I'm not saying the biggest mana value is always the biggest threat, but let's be honest, it's often the biggest threat. Just because the Org have gone silent doesn't mean their mage hunters have vanished. Wish I'd had that earlier. Oh, damn, our second slow land. Shattered Sanctum. Not shabby, it's white-black. The most cordial words are often the ones intended to deceive. It is only of late that I've realized how much strength honesty requires. I like that. Hop to it, love this. This is a Bloomburrow card. For 3 mana, you make 3 white rabbit creature tokens. A root is best pulled by many paws. Rabbit folk proverb. Also good quote. Interjection. We saw that one, but now we got on foil, Swamp, and Inkling Spirit. Okay, that's the second third of the first box. Yeah, all of the Mystic Archive art is dope. As salty as I am that I can't get the Japanese art, I'm not going to sit here and say the English art is bad, because that would be such a lie. Such a lie. Okay, now we're picking up the pace, now that we're getting a lot of duplicates. We do still have one more box, but again, by the time we hit the second box, all commons are going to be duplicates. We're going to start powering through. And hopefully keep getting cool stuff for that pile. Deluge Virtuoso, Expressive Fire Dancer, Follow the Lumerance, Brog Banemaker, Stone Docent, Fractal Mascot, Tester of the Tangential. Did we see that one? Yes, we did. Yeah. Eternal Student, Artistic Process, choose one. Artistic Process deal. Oh, we saw that one too, actually. Hold on. Low in Exchange Student, still love that one. Saw it though. Great Hall of the Biblioplex. This was one of the promo cards I got for the promo pack. Add 1 mana. Pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only cast instant or sorcery, or pay 5 mana. If this land isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/4 wizard with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets 1/0 until end of turn. It's still a land. So it becomes a creature that has the ability to get 1/0 whenever you cast. So that's nifty. That's a cool rare land. Stargaze, we saw. Dope art, though. Startled Relic Sloth, we saw, but now it's foily. Mountain looks dope, and the token sheet. Yeah, if anybody has a good idea of like art I can put on little prepared tokens, the only idea I have again is Scar for Be Prepared, and it's not a bad idea, but I feel like I can do better. But I want to print out a handful. The thing is, my printer can only do black and white, so I don't know. I'm limited, but I feel like bringing a few of those because a lot of people won't have little punch outs, and that's fine. But they're really useful things. Heated Argument. I could also just print out a basic thing that just says prepared. It's fine, but I should have a flair to it. So this first here, Melancholic Poet. Oh, much appreciated. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I just forgot to for today. Rapier Wit, Deluge, Virtuoso, Page, Loose Leaf, Fractal Mascot, Dissection Practice. I still think this is one of the best value cards I got to cast. Snarl Song. It's got Converge. You make a 2/0/0 green and blue fractal creature tokens, and you put X 1/1 counters on them, and then you gain X life, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast that spell. Archaics and Mana Snarls have both existed since the beginning of time. Coincidence? Highly unlikely. Pigment Wrangler. Do we see this one? No, I don't think so. It's an Orc Sorcerer, flying, enters prepared, and then for 1 mana, when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get to copy it, which is really useful. Mind into Matter. Draw X cards, and you may put a permanent card with mana value of X or less from your hand into the battlefield tapped. Really useful. Damn, card draw and just play something? What the mind conceives, began Dean Atrix, magic can achieve, assured Dean Nev, sorry. Return the Favor. We saw this one earlier, yep. Transcendent Archaic looks dope in foil. I want to make an Archaic deck. Paradox Gardens looks okay in foil, and Elemental Treasure. Alrighty, what we got? I feel like our first, it is still the first box, but again, like I always read the first copy of every card we come across, so it starts really slow and then picks up. Muse's Encouragement, did we? Yeah, we did see that one. Strife Scholar, F for Events. Once you get the comments out of the way, it speeds up. Send in the Pests, Wander Off. Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Pursue the past, grapple with death. Wait, I didn't actually. I've seen this one myself, but we didn't see this one. Grapple with death, very simple. 3 mana, destroy target artifact or creature, and you gain a life. Not until Lewin watched Professor Fell in action did he truly understand just how closely life and death were intertwined. That's a really useful card, and I would probably put that in like any deck that was those colors for me.
It's Ramen.
Old Growth Educator. Also, hey Ramen, I did get a few, and when I finish this pack, I'll show you a few of them. Old Growth Educator, Vigilance Reach, Infusion, when creature enters, put 2/1 counters on it if you gain life this turn. Here's my most important, oh, wait, I did, yeah, Yeah, we saw that one. Okay, we just didn't see one before. Fractal Anomaly. We didn't see this. Make a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put X 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Very specific. Dear Dad, please send 16 tons of krill on your next care package. We'll explain at semester break. Emil. We love him because he's Emil. Maelstrom Artisan. Haste. Enters prepared. Destroy target non-basic land. Ooh, that's cool. We haven't seen that guy. That's a good rare. Armageddon, our first mythic! Hell yeah! Destroy all lands. Our first mythic of the Mystical Archive. Dope. Like my creator, I sought perfection, and just as he did, I found only sorrow. So this is great if you're ahead. If you're already ahead, you just go, both of us can't cast anything for the next few turns. Deal with it. And then you stay ahead. Melancholic Poet is still redundant. Plains is still Plains. And Token. All right, we're going to sleeve this one real quick. I don't know if it's going to be worth anything, but the mythics on these is a stupid low hit rate. So the main four that I put aside for now, Ramen, we've got the one I just saw. This is an alternate art of the lessons, and the lessons in this one are things that you get to do for free every turn after you cast it. So it's rare, it's the alternate full art, and it's strong. Because it's 7 mana, but after you cast it, literally every turn you get to, for free, get something from your graveyard back to the battlefield, which is stupid. The Emeritus is strong, and I got a foil one, and this one lets you Lightning Bolt basically for free every turn. And this is a special guest, which I don't think is a very good card, but the art's dope, and the special guests are 1 in 52 packs, so they're rare. I got a few other cool mythics and whatnot, but these are the ones I decided to like sleeve up for now and put aside. But we've actually had a pretty good mythic hit rate. The thing is, the bonus sheet, the Mystical Archives, those ones, let me double check what the pull rate for those is. Actually, I can't reach my keyboard, so I gotta use my phone. It's somewhere in the like 2% range. It's stupid. It was like 8 or 9% in the previous set, but in this one, Mystical Archive rates. Okay, yes. Rare mythic. What? No, that's not right. Oh, that combines rare and mythic. No, what's the? I just want to know the mythic rate. You silly. All right. Well, cool. Thanks for none of these sites listing the rate. Cool. It's low though. It's low. It used to be higher. It's lower now. So whatever. But yeah, hope things are going well for you, Ron. This is the last third of the first box, and then we hit the second box. So we're progressing. Had some good tunes, never a bad thing. Also, hey Ark, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Expressive Fire Dancer, Follow the Lumerance, Barug, Banemaker, Stone Dokant, Pragmatic. Oh yeah, damn, I imagine. Muses, Encouragement, Pursue the Past. Matter Bending Mage, I think is new. When this creature enters, no, we actually did see this one. Never mind. Abigail, love it. We saw. Impractical Joke, also good. Fractal Tender, we saw. Our rare. I had this earlier, and it's so good, but I never had it in hand when I needed it. Put a 1/1 counter on every creature target player controls, and then you pick a creature that gets either double strike or lifelink for turn, and then you can flash it back for cheaper. So for 5 mana, 2/2 to every creature you control, and 2 of them get your choice of life strength double strike. Disgusting. Stupid. Awesome. Wish I got to play it more. Bitter Triumph. An additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card to pay 3 life, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Worth it. Ambition can bring you great power or great sorrow, but few prepare for when it brings you both. Our foil. Ooh, you don't often. So the foil slot doesn't usually get you a Mystical Archive, and they look good. We already saw Royal Treatment, but it looks good in foil. The background kind of loses some of the detail until it hits the light. Yeah, I'm torn on it, but it's okay. Okay. Titan's Grave for the dual land, and an Inkling and Spirit Token. Yeah, I didn't register we were listening to Don't Scary, but we are. Honorbound page. Hydro Channeler. Did we see? Yeah, we did see. Okay. Roaring Ember Mage. I mean, we definitely saw No, I don't think we saw this one. Target creature gets 1/0 till end of turn. If you cast something this is sorcery, then it fights something. Excuse me, sorry, bites something, not fight. A fight is where they do damage to each other. A bite is where you just deal damage to them. I have to leave Drodendar to attend Strixhaven, so I brought a piece of home with me. Terramorphic Expanse, Love It, Page, Loose Leaf, Soaring Stone Glider. I don't think we saw. An additional cost to cast a spell, exile 2 cards from your graveyard, or pay extra mana. And it's a Flying Vigilance 4/3 Elephant Cleric. Practical Peak is where you get the best views on land. I found an even better advantage. Flying will do that. Social Snub. Again, they some of the cards capture that college experience, or high school, I guess. The school experience. When you cast a spell while you control a creature, you may copy the spell. Each player sacks a creature of their choice. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Sorry, this seat's taken. Just, I don't know. The art, the name, the flavor is good. Quandrix Charm. I don't think we saw the Quandrix one yet. You get to choose 1 of 3. Counter target spell unless the controller plays 2. Destroy target enchantment. Or target creature has a base power toughness 5/5 till turn. That's disgusting considering how many of the creatures start as 0/0s and get tokens. Or get counters. That just makes them 5/5 higher. That's disgusting. Dual Tactics. Deals 1 damage to target creature. It can't block this turn. Yeah, we saw that actually. Did we? No, and then you can flash it back. I got hit with this earlier, that's why. It looks familiar. I didn't read it yet, but I got hit by it. So it pings it for 1, it can't block this turn, and you can cast it again for 2. My trick, hit their casting hand. They lose their advantage. So far, I'm undefeated. Yeah. Diane's Guidance. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal it, put it in your hand or graveyard, and then shuffle. This last step is very important. You'll need to know if the friend you're searching for is alive or dead. Stock Up. Classic. Good. We already pulled one. No, we didn't. We pulled Sleight of Hand. Stock Up's a very playable card. I don't know if this will be worth anything, but it's very playable. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put 2 of them in your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Knowledge is infinite, but life is not. Use your time wisely. We get a Researched Debater, a Swamp, and an Elemental Fractal Token. And I'm knocking over these because it's getting too tall. I'm going to have to move it when I move this box out of the way. Alright, Strife Scholar, Effervescence, Wander Off, Honorbound Page, Grapple with Death, Mage Tower Referee, Blazing Fire Singer. It's a dwarf bard. All the bards are actually pretty solid in my opinion. This creature enters prepared, and then for 3 mana, you gain 5 mana, which is stupid, but you could only really do it once unless you could re-prepare. Spirit Call Enthusiast. Whenever 1 or more tokens you control enter, it becomes prepared. And then once it's prepared, 1 or 2 target creatures each get 2/2 until the end of turn. Really useful. Fractalize. Until end of turn, target creature becomes a green and blue fractal with base power and toughness, each equal to X+1. Loses all other colors and creature types. So you can either make one of your small things really big, or you can make something an enemy has really small. Return your lizards to their natural size before class ends. We don't want another incident. Strixhaven Sky Coach. It's a vehicle. It's got flying. When it enters, you can search your library for basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and it costs 2 to crew it. It's okay. Land is nice though. Joined Researchers. Human Cleric Wizard. First strike. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent has more cards in hand than you, this creature becomes prepared, and then you can, once prepared, you and target opponent each draw 3 cards. Aw. Monstrous Rage. This caused problems in Standard ways back when. Blueburrow. Target creature gets 2/0 until end of turn. Create a monster roll token attached to it. This was the reason that mono red mice were stupid. There's no limit to the ways that anger can twist and break us. Our foil is Snarl Song. Fields of Strife. Look, I get that sentence made no sense if you don't play Magic, but that card was terrifying because of mono red mice. And it was like a turn 2, turn 3 win. Like, it was not just a turn 2, turn 3 win, but a turn 2, turn 3 win that, like, there's not really much you can do about it. Like, yeah. Cheerful Ostomancer. I don't know if we saw this one. It enters prepared, and for 1 mana, you can return a creature card from graveyard to hand. I used this. It was fun. Simple, easy. Shattered Acolyte. I really like this one too. Lifelink, but you can sack it if you want to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Lifelink's always going to be good, and getting rid of the rare problem is nice. So, Essence Scatter, I'm starting to get these too close together. Counter target creature spell, simple, easy. Venturing Beyond, I'm surprised we're almost on one box and we're still hitting new commons. Venturing Beyond Campus means learning how to deal with creatures not bound by university rules. Goblin Glassrite, we did see that? Yeah. Glorious Decay, I don't think we saw. Choose one. Break an artifact, deal 4 damage to a creature with flying, or exile target card from a graveyard and draw a card. Elemental Mascot, Flying Vigilance. Oh, I got this guy sucked for sometimes. I think we actually read this one. No, we read this one. Okay. Render Speechless. Oh, this one put in work for me. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an online card from it and get rid of it. And then you get to put 2 1/1 counters on one of your creatures. So it gets rid of their big thing in their hand, and you make your thing bigger. Seems like I took the words right out of your mouth. Scathing Shadelock. I also had this on Friday, and I loved it because it's a snake. It's also really good, and I only got to use it once. At the beginning of your first main phase, it always becomes prepared, and then for 1 mana, you make something get 2/0 and Death Touch for turn. Every turn for 1 mana. Disgusting. Love it. Really good. Divergent Equation. We saw that one. Borrowed Knowledge. Choose one. Discard your hand. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in target opponent's hand. You have more cards than me. Wah! Or discard your hand, then draw cards equal to the number of cards discarded this way. My hand sucks. Wah! Oh, Erode. Okay, I gotta put this aside. One of my card friends is trying to get a play set, which is 4 of these. I opened one before, but this will be the second one. This card is very good and is going to see a stupid amount of play. It's very good. For 1 mana, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Your opponent does get to search their library for basic land and put it out, but for 1 mana, it solves any problem. That's a creature or planeswalker. That's a stupid low cost at instant speed to get rid of any problem. So, yeah, I have to put that aside because one of my friends wants a playset, and I said I'd put him aside. But that's going to see a lot of play. Any white deck's going to play those. Duty Beyond Death. Said duty. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sack a creature. All creatures you control gain indestructible, other than that sacked one, until end of turn, and you put a 1/1 counter on all of them. Really good. Simple, but good. Terrafractal. Love the name, love the art. It's foil now. Forest. I think that's our first full art forest. Looks dope. And a Fractal Inkling. All right, 3 left in this box? Yeah, no, they really pop. The Mystical Archives, the art pops. But man, the Japanese art is just so distinct too, and I wish there was a chance. It didn't even have to be a high chance, but knowing that there's a 0% chance sucks. Hydro Channeler, Roaring Ember Mage, Burhog Barrage, Terramorphic Expanse. Oh, it's crazy good. But so is the English one is really good too. I don't want to disparage how good the English art is. I'm disparaging the lack of the chance. Cheerful. One of my other card friends did pull a collector's pack and pulled the Chase Rare. So it's not only the Chase Mythic Rare of the Mystical Archives. So it's already has to be a Mythic Rare and the one that's worth biggest money. They also pulled it with the Japanese alternate art, and in the Japanese alternate art, which is exclusive to collector's packs, there's also a Japanese art exclusive to collector's pack rare foil, and they pulled all 3. It's a $1,500 card. Mind you, I think the collector's booster boxes are $500-$600-ish, but they pulled a $1,500 card out of their first pack while I was getting whooped. I was getting whooped and they were opening their packs, and it's awesome that they got it. I was not mentally ready at that point in time to congratulate them appropriately. Elemental Mascot. Campus Composer, No, this is a Merfolk Bard. Ward 2 enters prepared, and for 5 mana, make it 3/3. Yeah, this one was beating me. Anything that has a prepared 5 mana cost in blue or red is terrifying. It doesn't look terrifying to just make it 3/3, but it's terrifying. It's terrifying, and I hated it. It scares me. Stand up for yourself. Destroy target creature with power 3 or greater, and I won't be writing any more essays for you either. Love the flavor. 10 out of 10. Yeah, no, it's insane. The rarest card in the rarest foiling. in the thing that's only available in, like, we could pull the card out of this, and it would probably be the biggest money card we could pull out of this if we did, but it wouldn't be the Japanese silver scroll foil. It's also a foil type that's exclusive to these Japanese alternate arts, so it's a different foil. I got to take a look at a more common one yesterday, and it's a dope looking foil. Mind Roots, I don't think we saw this. Target player discards 2 cards, put up to 1 land card, discard this way to the battlefield tapped under your control. I like this because they have to discard 2, and most people, when you make them discard, they're like, I'll just get rid of lands. And if they do, nah, I get them. Yeah, or I'll get one of them. Best ideas stem from dreams. So I like that one. This is another new rare land. When it enters, choose a land card name. Activated abilities of sources with chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Lands with the chosen name, wow. Wow, do you know your opponent is a really good non-basic land? No. Just no. I can't see this getting any play in Limited, but I can see this getting play in other formats where you just want to be like, no, that land's too good. No, stop it. Oh, I had this today, but I never got it to work. This one on paper sounds great. So, for 2 mana, sack another creature, exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. You can cast it this turn, and you can color for mana doesn't count. And if we put in the graveyard, exile it. So it's only a sorcery. So on my turn, I can get rid of like a token or something to cast a spell an opponent used, which is already good. But also, whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a 1/1 counter on every creature you control. Doing that makes everything you own bigger. Stupid. Love it, but I never got this card to work. Just I never drew it when I needed it. I had it today. Shared Roots. Oh, I needed this one yesterday. Search your library for a basic land card, put it in the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Simple, love it, easy. Awed by the strength of their love, the Dawn Prince bound them together for eternity, and around them a great forest grew. Our foil is Muse's encouragement, swamp foil, and tokens. 2 packs left. I really wish I could have made that rare work early. And I don't think my deck was bad necessarily. I don't think the rare was bad. It just luck didn't work out. You know how it goes. Adventurous Eater. I don't think this showed up. Yeah, has it? I loved this card. This put in so much work for me. It enters prepared, and then for 1 mana, put a 1/1 counter on target creature and gain 1 life. Already would have been good with the life gain. Fantastic. Love it. Esper Glyph Mage, Run Behind, Tome Blast. Shopkeeper's Bane, Embrace the Paradox. That's new. Draw 3 cards. You put a land card from your hand into the battlefield tap. Damn. It's expensive, but it's a draw 3, and you get to play an extra land that turn. Every lecture you attended, every theorem you memorized, and equation you solved has led to this first step into uncertainty. Root Manipulation. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain 2/2 and Menace, and whenever this creature attacks, you gain a life. Damn, it's expensive though. But that's a game ender if done right. Menace is so simple but so evil. It just means the creature has to be blocked by at least 2 creatures. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it means you can't just chump block with 1 guy. You have to at least chump block with 2, even if you're trying to stop it. Nature endures and adapts, and so shall we. Not as good as Trample, in my opinion, but still, it's good. Primary Research. We saw that one. Archaic's Agony. Converge. It deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast a spell. Exile cards from the top of your library equal to the excess damage dealt to the creatures this way. You may play those cards until the end of your next turn. Damn, that's a lot of good stuff. Its past became present, became Paradox. I like that. Paradox Surveyor. An elf druid with reach. When this creature enters, look at the top 5 cards of the library. You can reveal a land card or a card with X in its mana cost and put it into your hand. The rest go on the bottom of your library. Exhibition Tidecaller. Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 3 cards. Oh, I want to build around this. If 5 or more mana was cast, that player mills 10 cards. Disgusting. I want this card limited. I don't... See, I'm not really a Spellslinger player. I don't really play Izzet. I don't play... blue-red too often. But if I pulled this in my pack 1, I'd hard commit. Like, we'd be playing this. Dangerously overflowing with creative expression. Milling people in Limited is one of the great joys in life. Disdainful Stroke. Counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. The clever mage knows that it does not take strength to overcome the enemy, but creativity and intelligence. Terramorphic, but foil this time. Form of Enmity, and Token. All right, last pack of the box. I'd say this has been a good box. I don't know if I'd say this was like, oh my god, it's so great. I would say this is good, though. I am not in any way upset about what we've gotten out of this box. Shattered Acolyte, Essence Shatter, Goblin Glassrite, Glorious Decay, Adventurous Eater, Render Speechless, Embrace the Paradox, Tablet of Discovery. This one also caused me problems. When this artifact enters mill a card, you can play that card this turn, and red-white wants to get cards from graveyard. And it's also just add 1 or add 2 to cast instant or sorceries. It's just easy, quick, more mana. Ursa Tide Choreographer. Costs 3 less to cast if creatures you control have total toughness of 10 or greater, and when it enters, draw 2 cards. Killian's... Oh, this card is the best. I had this today, and I still didn't win any games, but it's because they always had an answer to this. But if they didn't, target creature gets 1/1 until turn draw a card for the guild that wants to target creatures. If it was just that for 2, I would still say it was a playable card. However, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you can pay 1 extra mana, and if you do, you return this to your hand from the graveyard. Disgusting. 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 Amazing. Love it. Don't hold back, because I certainly won't. Love it. This card makes those decks. Together as one. Converge. Target player draws X cards. Together as one deals X damage to any target, and you gain X life, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. This is the card I'm going to want to get in drafts to convince me to go 5 colors. By himself, Lewin couldn't have hoped to calm the dawning archaic, but anytime it really mattered, he was never alone. Yeah, I'm going to want that card. Repel Calamity. You can tell this is a Blueburrow card too, because of the art. Destroy target creature with power or toughness 4 or greater. Again, it's kind of what we just saw, but you know, the Blueburrow version. Against Cinder and Maw, against the Dread Wildseer, with bright sword and paw, repel your own fear. Song of the Seasons, stanza 24. Anytime you see a mouse in armor with a sword, you know it's Blueburrow. But Killian's Confidence was fantastic. Oh, it's crazy good. I just still lost anyway. That doesn't mean the card's bad. It was a picnic error, you know. Diary of Dreams, we saw Spectacle Summit and Elemental. While you were gone, Pia, we hit the Armageddon. That's our first mythic rare of the Mystical Archives, and in a road, which I know people are looking for on the Discord, so I'm keeping that aside. Yeah, I did really bad in my game, so that's okay. I had a good time. I wish I could have won some, but you know. Alright, so this is the first box done. Let me just get this stuff out of the way and get that second box open so we can keep it rolling. Alrighty. It's weird to hear this without the... Oh, okay. They call it the karaoke version, but it really just means they put the lyrics at the bottom without removing the lyrics. Yeah, well, the first box is always slow, and you know what? Whatever. If we don't get to too much Monster Hunter tonight, life goes on. I'll be okay. As long as we keep opening good cards. Alright, I already cut this one, so it should be easy enough to... I say, as I struggle to find... There it is. Alright, box 2. Push the garbage down so there's room for more packed plastic. Crack it up. And... aha! We're good to go. Mystical Archive card in every pack! Put this aside. I've been keeping these cards over on the side. I don't know why. They're not useful once you know the basic draft archetypes, but, you know, whatever. Alright. 1/3. 2/3. 3 whole thirds. Alright. Actually, I haven't taken a sip of my drink yet, so give me 1 second. I didn't ask how much the Hololive set was, but unless it was like $5, it was going to be too much for this weekend. However, Sor, I'm going to ask them next weekend, and I might, if they have any left, I might be able to open one next weekend. As long as it hasn't gone up like drastically in price or something, next weekend is a very doable thing. But I really wanted 2 boxes of this. It's an in-universe set of a plane I never got to play on before. Also, by the time I committed to 2 boxes, I had thought that they had the Japanese Mystical Archives in these, and they don't. But I still don't regret my choice. I mean, well, I say that. We'll see what happens by the end of this box. We'll see if I regret my choice. But yeah, you know. Studio's first year. The bear I will be drafting every time. Melancholic Poet. Still Rapier Wit. Deluge Virtuoso. Expressive Fire Dancer. Inkling Mascot. Visionary Dance. Rapturous Moment. Sky Coach Waypoint. I need to find some of these so we can just prepare things. All the luck. Thank you, Fear. Much appreciated. Additive Evolution. I don't think we saw that. When this enchantment enters, make a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token, but 3. Oh no, we did see this one. Yeah. A Moment of Reckoning is new. I don't think we've duplicated a rare yet, have we? Moment of Reckoning. Choose up to 4. You can choose the same mode more than once. So destroy target non-land permanent, return target non-land permanent card from graveyard to the battlefield. You can either blow up 4 things, return 4 things, or do a mix of both. Love that. It's very expensive. There's a random something flying in here. Helping Hand. Okay, so we saw that one. I think so. No, did we? Yeah, no, we did. Absolutely. Sorry. Page Loose Leaf. Let's set those a little further aside. It's a nice shiny page, a Spectacle Summit, and a token. Alrighty. More packs, more cards. Now, we did already get a special guest. I would love to get a second. I really just want a second Mystical Archive Mythic. That would be super dope. Textbook Tabulator. I think the odds are... I don't know if the odds are lower. It might actually... Heated Argument. Studio's first year. Melancholic Poet. Inkling Mascot. Fractal Mascot. Lorehold Charm. I do love that these packs are the right way, where the rares in the back. Leech Collector, Center, Unfinished Genius, Colonical Tackle, Dreamroot Cascade. There you go, another slow land. Nature is chaos governed by principles. In analyzing these patterns, I hope to protect Strixhaven's future from any more tragedy. Locust Spray. Love the art. The effect wasn't great for me. Love the art, though. Archaic's Agony, Island token. I don't know why this song is called Kiss My Feet Too, but you know, whatever helps you sleep at night. Efflorescence, Wander Off, Honorbound Page, Hydro Channeler, Fractal Mascot, Pursue the Past, Charging Strafe Knight. Yeah, we did that one. Silver Quill Charm. Dropping cards. Spoiling what's coming up. Matter Bending Mage. Jadzi, Steward of Fate. It's a legendary human wizard. Enters prepared. And when it enters, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Oh, it could be a girl with a power. That's what this is? Okay. Interesting. Oracle's Gift XX Blue. Create X green and blue fractal creature tokens and put X counters on them. Damn. Or on all... Excuse me. Hiccups. All fractal creatures you control. That's interesting. Applied Geometry. Create a token that's a copy of target non-aura permanent you control, except it's a fractal type. And then you put 6 counters on it. I know the prompt was to replicate a Scurrid, but I took some creative liberties with my version. Mao, the creator of Inuyasha. Okay. Interesting. Sleight of Hand we saw earlier. Still dope. Textbook Tabulator we saw, but now it's Foil, Swamp, Fractal. I know that song. I couldn't song request that one myself, but I'll recognize it. There's only one song that looks like that in the song request queue. Stone Docent, Muse's Encouragement, Strife Scholar, Efflorescence, Wander Off, Mage Tower Referee, Aberrant Mana Worm, Rabid Attack. I don't know if we actually saw this one. This put in work once for me today. For 2 mana instant, until end of turn, any number of target creatures you control get +1/0, and whenever this creature dies, draw a card. So if you know your stuff's all going to die, screw it, draw a ton of cards. Let me guess. The Scurrids got to you a lot? Tam, I still want to play. I think this card is really good, and I want to use this. I didn't get a chance to during my events. Sundering Archaic. Harmonized Trio. So it is confirmed that they are definitely doing a secret lair drop for K-pop Demon Hunter. If this is not one of those cards, I will be the most shocked human being on the planet. They are definitely going to do a K-pop Demon Hunter version of Harmonized Trio, right? Like, right? It's a Merfolk Bard Wizard. You can tap 2 untapped creatures you control, and this becomes prepared. Once it's prepared, you can draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. The Mon Hunt is happening. It just hasn't... They took it back. It wasn't cooked enough, so they're cooking harder, and we haven't heard back about it. Stargaze, Cauldron of Essence. I wanted this on Friday. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Then for 3 and sack a creature, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, only as a sorcery. So that's pretty nice. In the gloomy depths of Windershin's Hall sits an iron belly, always hungry, but generous to those who feed it. And a 4 land's always nice. Fields of Strife and Token. Yeah, the Monster Hunter one will be nice. The K-pop Demon Hunter one will be cool. I just already know I won't be able to get it. It will sell out before I get it, even if I want it. It doesn't matter. My wanting it is not relevant. It will sell out too quickly. So, it's fine. I'll just accept I won't have it. Rearing Ember Mage. Burrug Barrage. Secret Lair drop this week? Maybe? I don't usually keep on top of them too much, because most of them I either don't want or they're too much. Castfall. That sounds right. That does sound right, though. Terramorphic Expanse. Oh, there is! That's the one that's got the Dwarf Fortress cards. None of them are anything I care enough to buy, but it's interesting that we're getting 2 more My Little Pony Secret Lair drops. That's super weird. The lined school paper one is tempting, but not enough for me to spend money on. But it's cool. Cheerful Ostermancer. Like, I love looking at the art, but most of them I just wouldn't buy. Shattered Acolyte. Grapple with Death. Mage Tower Referee. Yeah, legit Dwarf Fortress magic cards. Vibrant Outburst. Emil. We always love Emil. Ennis. They're fine. Slumbering Trudge. Plant Beast. Oh, this one's stupid. I love this. This creature enters with a number of stun counters on it equal to 3 minus X. If entered with a stun counter on it, tap it. So, you can pay 1 mana, but it's just going to not be usable for a few turns. But still, a 6/6 for that cheap? Yes, she is blocking the path. Are you volunteering to move her? Yeah. Requisition Raid, also a good one. It's got Spree, so it's a minimum of 2 mana, but you can pay more. Destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, put a 1 counter on each creature target player controls. Ancestral Anger in. Does Viper here go? Alright, cool. 1 second. Oh, double. And prepared. What do we got? If it's a video, I'll watch it after stream. Oh, okay, that's for the anime. I saw a little bit of that. I think I saw the first episode with Calico and Afro. But I think that's one of the shows they're watching on their own. I just kind of caught an episode. So, episode 1 is very interesting. I'd be curious to see where it goes, but I'd probably have to watch it on my own time, and right now I'm deep in the Fate hole, so, you know. I'm almost done with Unlimited Blade Works, and I'll probably do Fate Zero, because I wanted to see how Unlimited Blade Works got animated, but I know what's going to happen, obviously. I just read the visual novel, whereas I don't know everything about Fate Zero. I know how Fate Zero has to end as a prequel. I understand how it must end, but anything leading up to that, I don't know. Honorbound Page, Hydro Channeler, Roaring Ember Mage, and I obviously know some characters that have to be in it because it has to lead into, like it has to. Barrag Barrage, Elemental Mascot, but a lot of the rest of it is stuff I don't know. I'm excited for that. And I know that's a Generabuchi, so it'll be interesting. And I know that's also ufotable, right? So it's going to be pretty as hell. Unlimited Blade Works is pretty as hell. It's a pretty anime. And then I'll probably watch the Heaven of Steel movies, and then I'll decide from there. Eternal Student, Artistic Process, Lewin Exchange Student, Tester of the Tangential, Fix What's Broken. Oh, I had this today, but I couldn't really get it to work. It's very specific, unless you build around it. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you pay X life, and then you return each artifact and creature card with a mana value exactly X from your graveyard to battlefield. If your deck is nothing but 2 drops, this is insane. Or 3 drops or whatever. If it's consistent. 2 tired souls finally found something to unite them. Smallpox. This set also has great. So there are 3 Pox cards in Magic history. There's Pox, There's Smallpox, and now there's a Great Pox that's printed in this set. So this is a throwback to a previous one. For 2 black, each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacks a creature of their choice, then sacks a land of their choice. Simple but small. Our plane's poison is another miracle cure. 1 plane's deadly plague is another common cold. An interplanar medical body could save an unfathomable number of lives. But that's also a rare, so I don't hate that. Tackle Artists, Forest token. Watching which oh yeah, I have heard nothing good about that from anyone who has watched or read it, which is nuts. I'm sure there's going to be haters out there because as soon as anything becomes popular, it gains haters. And to be fair, no piece of media is ever for everyone. That's impossible. It doesn't matter. But it seems like that's a damn quality thing that I'm going to have to check out. Essence Scatter. Goblin, Glass Right, Glorious Decay, Adventurous Eater, Eager Glyph Mage, Render Speechless, Elemental Mascot, Abstract Paint Mage, Soaring Stone Glider, Dissection Practice, Prismari. Hey, that's the dragon! That's the one that whooped me earlier. This guy whooped my butt! 7 mana, flying 7/7. To target it, you have to pay 5 life. Instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. If you don't know what Storm is, it says it here. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each spell cast before that turn. For what it's worth, technically creatures are creature spells. So you don't get to copy the creatures, but if you cast 3 different cheap creatures and then an instant, you get 4 copies of that instant. It's disgusting. Also, it doesn't say for each spell you cast before it. So if you're casting something on an enemy's turn and they cast 3 spells, you still get 4 copies of that thing. It's stupid. It's crazy powerful. And I only hate it because it whooped my butt earlier. Yeah, this is our second Elder. They're all really cool. That one specifically, though, just beat me earlier. So it's that's my only... I don't hate the card. I hate its whooping of me. Return the Favor we saw. Aura Style, Tide Choreographer, and our land stuffs. Yeah, no, the dragons. I want one of the borderless dragons. They all look so good. I assume they're pretty damn rare in this, but I'm hoping to pull one. That would be super nice. Man, I haven't played a paladin in WoW in like so long, but this was my go-to paladin song in WoW. Cheerful Osteomancer, Shattered Acolyte, Essence Scatter, Goblin Glassrite, Embrace the Paradox, Scolding Administrator. Did we see this one? Dwarf Cleric with Menace, Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, put a 1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, if it counters on it, put those counters on up to 1 target creature. Cool. The counters live on. Encouraging Aviator. Yeah, we saw that one. Wait, did we? No. Whenever this creature attacks, it becomes prepared, and then you can give something else flying for turn. That's really useful. Thunder Drum Soloist. Love the art. Spirit Call Enthusiast. Sundown Past, another slow land. Study of the past is preparation for the future. My fail-safe spell, activated upon my death, was precautions born from tales of the careless. Stock up, very useful. Very playable. Hungry Griffalon, Swamp, and Token. Alright, come on. One more pack after this in the first third. Run Behind, Home Blast, Shopkeeper's Bane, Pull from the Grave, Johnny's Response, Rancorous Archaic, Snarl Song, Pigment Wrangler, Summoned Dromedary. I don't know if we saw this one. Vigilance 4/3, Spirit Camel, and for 2 mana return this card from graveyard to hand, only as a sorcery. Damn. Okay. Camel had traveled this route so often in life that its spirit began moving as soon as the mage finished summoning. Social Snub, Scheming Silver Tongue. Oh, I had this last night and it puts in work. Oh, this puts in work. For 2 mana, it's a 1/3 flying lifelink, already useful. At the beginning of your second main phase, so when combat's done, if you gained 2 or more life, it becomes prepared. And once it's prepared, for 2 black, target player draws 2 cards, loses 2 life. So if you can put a single 1/1 counter on this, it'll prepare every combat. Every combat. Or if you have anything else that gains you any amount of life and you can just swing this in the air, wonderful. Love it. Absolutely love this card. Pick your poison, Pigment Wrangler, Mountain, and Token. Alright, last card of the first third. See, it's going a lot quicker now that we're on, second box. Please open better. Usually, these packs have been generally really easy to open. That one was just stubborn. But it's been usually pretty good. Pull from the Grave, Rehearsed Debater, Spellbook Seeker, Rubble Rouser, Adventurous Eater, Biblioplex Tome Keeper, Scolding Administrator, Muse Seeker. Do we see this one? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card, then discard a card. Oh yeah, no, we totally saw this one because it tripped me up on the wording. Thunderdrum Soloist, till I thought for a second. Daydream. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to its battlefield under its owner control with a 1/1 counter on it. And then you can flash it back and do it again. Oh, I think this card might be my single most hated card right now because of how badly this one beat me. Remember how I kept being like, you gotta watch out for those 5-cost spells? This is why. 3 mana, ward 1, haste. So it's already a little bit of a pain to get rid of, and it can immediately do something. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets 1/1. Alright, whatever. If 5 more mana was spent to cast that spell, you actually make a token copy of this. Which doesn't sound too crazy until the token copy, you cast 5 again. And you have 4 of them. And you have 8 of them. And by the time you have 8 hasted things, your opponent dies. It doesn't matter what you do. Your opponent is dead. It ramps so quickly, unless you can kill this first one, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, I got whooped so hard by it. It turns out I got paired up. So I lost my round 1 today, and I had to face somebody who had that, who won their round 1. I was like, yeah, I crushed my opponent every turn. I hate getting paired up, but it happens. It's nothing you can do about it. Send it to Speaker, Swamp, and Elemental. It's just how it goes. When there's weird numbers, that just happens. But I hate getting paired up. It's going, oh, your opponent has proven that their deck can win. You've proven that your deck can lose. You should fight each other. But it's statistical. It's just how it goes. I just drew the short straw. Hydro Channeler. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. That was the first third. I gotta get rid of this pile so we can actually not have it topple over. There we go. Much better. Yeah, that horse scares me. Roaring Ember Mage, Brug Barrage. Because all the other things that scared me were bigger things. The horse is a 3 mana. Cheerful Ostomancer, Visionary's Dance, Render Speechless, Scolding Administrator, Encouraging Aviator, Thunderdrum Soloist, Spirit Call Enthusiast. Oh, I wish I had this yesterday. I've had to fight against this one today. It's 3 mana. Whenever you gain life, you put a 1/1 counter on each pest, bat, insect, snake, or spider. It's a pest itself. If I make a second snake deck that is black, I'm going to put this in it, obviously. This is crazy because of the green-black creature, the 2/2 that just gains a life whenever a creature enters, if you have that out, this enters as a 4/5 for 3 mana, which is disgusting. A 4/5 for 3 mana is stupid. And it's only going to get bigger. Despite Blex's passing, Witherbloom students still continued the tradition of a yearly search in his honor. His son, however, took little effort to find. Yeah, if I pull this in draft, I will build around it every time. Requisition Raid... Pest Brood Sloth. I like the idea of a crazy sloth. Titan Grave Inkling. Yeah, I wish I'd had that card on Friday. If I'd had the card on Friday, I would have been unstoppable. If it ever got played. That's the problem. Expressive Fire Dancer. Follow the Lammerts. Wander off. Dig Site Inventory. Hydro Channeler. Grapple with Death. Pursue the Past, Soaring Stone Glider, Rabbit Attack, Snarl Song, Post-Mortem Professor. This creature is a zombie warlock that cannot block. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life. And for 2 mana, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, return this card from graveyard to battlefield. Damn. he'll just keep coming back. That's scary. Stock Up, again, playable. Seems pretty common, though. Sand in the Pests, Plains, Fractal. So far, I would say this box has been weaker. We still have a little over half left, so who knows? But this has definitely been weaker than the first box so far. Maybe I undervalued how good that first box was. Maybe I was not as surprised by how good it was. Or maybe the good stuff's still to come. Johnny's Response, Essence Scatter, Stable Mockery, Glorious Decay, Sneering Shade, Elemental, Scathing the Snake, love the Snake, Divergent Equation, Borrowed Knowledge, yes, we saw that one. Proctor's Gaze, yes. Ah, the Horse. Bitter Triumph, saw that one. Tome Blast, Titan Grove, ooh, or Grave, foil though. Alright. Horse is one of the first rares duplicates we got. Yeah, if you end up with 2 horses and the spells to support it, I think you just win. If you can draft if somebody passes you a horse when you already have one in a draft, I think you just win. But I could just be scarred and recency bias. Rearing Ember Mage, Barrage, Cheerful Ostomancer, Johnny's Repose, Essence Scatter, Fractal Mascot, Mage Tower Referee, Teacher's Pet. I don't think we actually saw Teacher's Pet. It's a skeleton pest, and it sure is a pest. I had to fight this earlier. It's got Menace, so you need to block it with 2, even though it's a 1/1. Whenever it attacks, you gain a life. And for just 2 mana, you can return it from graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Disgusting. Stop playing dead, Renata. No one's believed you for a decade. Fractalize. Thorn Fist Striker. I don't think we saw this one either. Ward and Infusion. Creatures you control get 1/0 and have trample as long as you gain life this turn. Hey, we got this guy. I pulled him foil in the pre-release today, but now we got a non-foil too. Hold on, let me see what this guy have. Hot damn. I haven't pulled a Planeswalker in forever. 2 of them in one set. That's kind of nuts. So, the only thing I don't like about him is he's part of the guild that wants to target creatures, and none of his stuff targets creatures. But he enters with 3 loyalty counters. You can add 1 to Surveil 2. You can -1 to make any number of players discard a card. You can -2 to return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, or, if you get up to 7, and I never got this to happen, but if you get up to 7, flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turn, where X is the coins that came up heads. Disgusting. Love it. I'm a little sad I didn't get that to actually proc. But getting from 3 to 7 is slow. If you don't know how Planeswalkers work, they count as basically another player on your side. So once a Planeswalker is out, they can swing their creatures at you or your Planeswalker. You can still block, but like if they had a flyer that was pinging me for 1 every turn, now all of a sudden they're going to be reducing his loyalty count by 1 every turn. So it can be really tricky to get to those big ones. Unless you have a crazy amount of blockers, then you're pretty set. But if you have a crazy amount of blockers, you have a crazy amount of attackers too, and you might just win before it happens. Monstrous Rage, Wilt in the Heat, Form of Amity, Fractal. But I wish I had gotten that -7. It's a crazy... All Planeswalker Ultimates are pretty fun. They're usually some big game-changing thing. But, yeah. I pulled a foil of him earlier, and that looked really sick. When I was already going to play those colors, too, so that was nice. Enter Grip Mage, Run Behind, Tome Blast, Mindful Biomancer, Mage Tower Referee, Grapple with Death, Pigment Wrangler, Summoned Dromedary, Social Snub, Quandrix Charm, Splatter Technique. So you have the whale, and then you have the throw the whale at somebody. This is the throw the whale at somebody. We saw the whale earlier. Choose 1. Draw 4 cards, or Splatter Technique deals 4 damage to each creature and Planeswalker on both sides. You either land a whale on somebody or you draw a bunch. As the marvels of living art they are, elemental whales can't resist contributing to Summerfest displays. Culling Ritual, got a rare, that's nifty. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less, and you add black or green for each permanent destroyed this way. We're all repurposed in some way or another, and none of us have much say in the matter. Quandrix Charms are foil. Mountain token. We're at about the halfway point. Oh, I forgot to actually slide these over. Let's say we're a little past half. Come on. Unstable Mockery, Glorious Decay, Sneering Shade Rider, Eager Glyph Mage, Run Behind, Embrace the Paradox, Render Speechless, Poisoner's Apprentice. I still think that might be my favorite flavor text in this set, though. Does this taste like hemlock to you? Love that. Very good. Zimone's Experiment, Carol History Buff. I got hit by him earlier, but I don't think we pulled one. Fireflies, but Fireflies, how dare you. No, we did see this one earlier. Okay, yeah, no, saw that. Harmonized Trio. Hey, we got that. Wait, was that a rare? No, it's uncommon. We got the squad again. Disdainful Stroke, Brush Off, Foil, Spectacle Summit, and some tokens. Fireflies, but the lyrics suck is what the exact name of what it found was. Alright, sure. Ulna Ali's Shopkeep, Shattered Acolyte, Quick Study, Goblin Glassrite, Shopkeeper's Bane, Rancorous, Archaic. So you would not believe your eyes. That's what you want. Do you want me to get rid of the other one, or do we want to risk it? Blaze Firesinger, Daydream, Fractal Anomaly, Strixhaven Sky Coach, Practice Offense. That's another double. That's cool. That's a good one. Shared Roots, Effervescence. Wow, that loses all detail in foil. Even in person, that loses just everything. That's not a good foil. See, when I say that sometimes there are good foils and not good foils, that's not a good foil. Paradox Gardens and copy. Yeah, I'll be ready to skip it if it's 2 horrors, but you know. One more, keep going. Tome Blast, Mindful Biomancer, Ulna Alley Shopkeep, Shattered Acolyte, Quick Study, Rancorous Archaic, Spirit Mascot, Tablet of Discovery, Orisa Tide Choreographer, Stand Up for Yourself, Morso Vane's New Dean, a Bird Skeleton Warlock. It's got flying. When he enters, make a 1/1 black and green pest creature with whenever this token attacks you in life. And at the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana X or less from the graveyard to the battlefield where X is mana life you gained. If you have big life gain, that's stupid. If you have small life gain, it's still good. Duty Beyond Death, Lewin, Exchange Student, Florist, Fractal. Afraid of this one. You're right, I would not. I guess I shouldn't have been afraid. Pull from the Grave, Rehearse Debater, Spellbook Seeker, Rebel Rouser, Wild Hypothesis, Bogwater Limerent, Spirit Mascot. My forehead issues. Micah Reader of Ruins, Orb Necroscribe, Pest Brute Sloth, Suspend Aggression. Exile target non-land permanent and the top card of your library. For each of these cards, its owner may play it until the end of their next turn. Knowledge is your armor. Use it wisely. It'll keep you safe. All right, nifty. A Braid. I think we saw this earlier. No, maybe we didn't. Choose 1. 3 damage to target creature. Destroy artifact. Pursuit of the Past. Florist. Token. All right, last of the second third. This is a song. Goblin Class, right? Shopkeeper's Bane, Pull from the Grave, Rehearse Debater, Spellbook Seeker, Bogwater Illuminant, Mind Roots, Dual Tactics, Campus Composer, Snooping Page, Cauldron, we had a foil earlier, Spell Pierce, it's okay. Borog Barrage foil, Plains, token. Alright, let's get the bulk out of here and get the last cards. What? I feel like this is definitely somebody's first attempt at this, and I feel like this person has greatness in their future, and they're just like testing the waters. This is a learning experience. It's only a minute. Oh, it's got a minute 30 left. I thought it was a minute 30 total. Okay. Ventures Eater, Elite Interceptor, Chase Inspiration, Seize the Spoils, Hungry Graphalon, Embrace the Paradox, Root Manipulation, Primary Research, Living History, Paradox Surveyor, Antiquities on the Loose. Make 2/2 red and white spirit creature tokens. Then, if the spell is cast from anywhere other than your hand, put a 1/1 counter on each spirit you control, which is important because that has flashback. Raising spirits is easier than taming them. Repel Calamity. I feel like our first box had multiple double rare or double mythic or rare mythic packs, and this has not had it. Procrastinate. We got a foil Procrastinate. This has definitely been a lesser box, but that first box was that a great pull? Is that a rare one? Like it's dope. It's useful. I didn't know it was like if I pulled that in a game, I'd be happy as hell. If I was going against that, I'd be less happy. Quite less happy. That's how it always goes. My deck is, super awesome, super great, super important. Your deck, nah, it's overpowered. It's Rebel Rouser, Wild Hypothesis, Adventures Eater, Elite Interceptor, Chase Inspiration, Stadium Title Mage, Pest Mascot, Environmental Scientist, Startled, Relic Sloth, Transcendent. I feel like this almost looks better not foil. Flashback, we got one earlier, but still good. Zombify, also got one earlier. Charging, Strife Knight, Foil Mountain. Oh, come on, I feel this box still has something really good in it. We got the Planeswalker. I can't be mad about the Planeswalker. It's diminished only because I got stupid lucky earlier today and already pulled one. It's not bad. It's just, I kind of would have liked the other Planeswalker, but that's just me. Interjection, Banishing Betrayal, Ancestral Anger, Biblioplex Stonekeeper, Stadium Title Mage, Colossus of the Blood Age, Brush Off, Witherbloom Charm, Petrified Hamlet. Oh yeah, that's the Screw Your Named Land. Vastland Scavenger. Oh, we didn't actually pull this one. I like this bear. I got a few of him. It's a Death Touch 4/4 for 3, which is already strong. I love that. He enters prepared, and then you mill 7 cards and put a creature card from among them into the battlefield. It costs 5, but it doesn't matter what the creature is. The creature could cost 13, and you can put it into the battlefield as long as it's milled this way. So it's a gamble, but it could be a good gamble. Hey, another Mythic! Crackle with Power! Damn. Sorcery, Crackle with Power deals 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets. But you have to pay 3 X's. Lift up the very land and unleash its fury upon your enemies. I don't know if this is worth anything, but it's a Mythic Mystical Archive, so I did get 2 of those. Cool. I was really hoping to get 2 of those. I like how both of them were big destructive things, too. We got the screw all lands and do tons of damage. You're right, I would not believe my eyes. Damn it, does that mean this was a good luck song? Rancorous, Archaic, Fields of Strife, and Fractal. I can't believe I couldn't believe my eyes while I would not believe my eyes. Can't believe it. Yeah, see, I feel like that's the last song into this song is like a Pokemon evolution. That makes sense, don't question it. Seize the Spoils, Hungry Graphalon, Last Grasp, Interjection, Banishing Betrayal, Wilt in the Heat, a Harsh Annotation, Growth Curve, Foolish Fate, Homesickness, Germination, Precarium. Put 2 1/1 counters on each. Oh, this is strong as hell. I tried to run this today and I just couldn't get it. I either didn't have the mana or I had the mana and it wasn't in hand. This, in my opinion, is the strongest of the lessons. Put 2 1/1 counters on every creature you control, and then you get it for free at the start of every turn till the end of the game. Disgusting. As long as it doesn't get countered, all of your creatures get 2 bigger every turn until the game ends. Unless you were already losing, I don't know if there's a way to play this and lose. Unless you were already really losing. It's such a good card. I'm not going to sleeve it right now because I already have one, though. Giant Growth, love this art for it. Saw it already, though. Shattered Sanctum, that's our first foil slow land, so that's cool. Island and Elemental. Yeah, I don't think I haven't gotten a foil slow land yet, so that's cool. We have gotten that one, but that's cool. Damn it, I can't believe we got two cool things while you would not believe your eyes was playing. Not bad. I'm glad we got good things. Noxious Newt, still adorable. Masterful Flourish. Ascendant Dust Speaker, Landscape Painter, Tackle Artist. Pest Mascot, that's fallen over. Wilt in the Heat. Stirring Honormancer, Infirmary Healer, Archaic's Agony. Ooh, a full art Deathcap Glade. Oh, that's a full art of a slow land. Ooh, those are going to be worth something. It's not foil, but that's going to be worth something. I think. I'm going to sleeve it anyway. Whether it is or not, that's just my prediction. Land's good. But also art cool. I like the idea. It's green-black, so I like the idea of like being in a swamp and opening a portal to a jungle. And I think all the slow land alternate arts look this way, of like opening a portal between the two colors. I think that's a good look. I support it wholeheartedly. Bulk up, we saw Proctor's Gaze, Forum of Enmity, Fractal. Man, I'm going to have some card sorting to do tomorrow, let me tell you. Listing all these is going to take a hot minute. It'll be worth it. I mean, they can't go live until Friday anyway when the set actually releases, but I can still list them. Ancestral Anger, Noxious Newt. I love Noxious Newt, and I wish I had more of him when I was playing earlier. Masterful Flourish, Ascendant Dust Speaker, Biblioplex Tomekeeper, Imperious Ink Mage, Molten Note, Topiary Lecturer, Killian's Confidence, Flow State, Sky Coach Conductor? No, we didn't see this one. Flash, Flying, and Vigilance. Creature enters prepared. All target non-pilot creatures you control. This is a pilot. Or exile target non-pilot creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So if it's got something with an ETB, enter the battle effect, really good. You can just flicker it in, it does its thing again. For 1 mana. Hop to it, more weapons. Yeah, Elite Interceptor, Swamp, Inkling. This box definitely got better in that last bit, but I still so far don't think this has been as good as the first box, but it's climbing up with those last handful of pulls. It's definitely getting back up there. Tenured Concoctor, Cost of Brilliance, Owlin Historian. Yeah, we saw that. Procrastinate, Zealous Lorecaster, Pioneer's Trove, Imperious Ink Mage, Itchy Nose, Diary of Dreams, Spectacular Skywhale, Group Project, another slow land. Careful Ideation. Their ideation crashes together with wild creativity. Though I'm grateful to be made Dean, I found it difficult to represent just the one side. Cool. Knockout Maneuver. One will counter. Oh, yeah, we've read that one. Killian's Confidence. Ooh, a foil one. Really useful. I don't know if it's going to be worth anything, but it's really useful. Man, I don't know. I'm a fan of foils, and when the light hits some of these right, they're good, but like the land just looks washed. Like this looks washed out in person, but like when the light hits the accents, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. I understand. This one, it just kind of looks washed out, even when the light hits it. Yes, I do have to remember on Friday to just make a quick lunch and then pop back. I'm glad FanFest will be done by the time I go to play Magic. It works perfect. It's in that window after work, before Magic. Landscape Painter, Tackle Artist, Tenured Concoctor, Cost of Brilliance, Owlin Historian, Visionary Dance, Arcane Omens, Stress Dream, Lumert's Favor, Molten Core Maestro. It's got Menace, and whenever you cast an instant or source spell, it gets 1 bigger. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, you add an amount of mana equal to this creature's power. Oh, okay. Interesting. Chocos. Yeah, like some of them definitely do. Ooh, the Black Emeritus. I don't think I've seen this one. Oh, Demonic Tutor. Okay, yeah, of course. So it's a Vampire Warlock. Enters prepared. At the beginning of your end keep, if 2 or more creatures die this turn, it comes prepared again. And for 2 mana, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, shuffle. Demonic Tutor's stupid. But there's a reason it's iconic. There's a reason it's iconic, because it's just find the answer to your problems for 2 mana, put it in your hand. Cool. I don't know if it's going to be worth money, but I'm going to put it back there anyway. Feed the Swarm still did really good by me. Heated Argument, Plains. Okay, the second box, not bad. It didn't get the special guest, but that's okay. On average, if we get one every 2 boxes, we're still about on average. So, Oracle's Restoration, Send in the Pests, Dig Site Inventory, Textbook Tabulator, Heated Argument, Don't Fall, Parafractal, I think it's my favorite named card on the set, Garrison Excavator, Essence Knit Scholar, End of the Hunt, Graduation Day, Resonating Loot. So this is apparently broken in Limited. I haven't had to fight against it yet, but this is apparently stupid strong. Lands you control have add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast instants and sorceries. Draw a card. Activate only if you have 7 or more lands in your hand. So all of your lands tap for double mana as long as you're casting an instant or sorcery in the school that really wants to do just that. This in Limited looks like it's going to be broken as hell. If you get this and you're in those colors, I think it's going to be crazy. But I haven't had to play against it myself. School styluses are just tools. Passion is a Prismari's true instrument. Deduce. Run Behind. Paradox Gardens. And Inkling. Cool. Alright, last pack. This box started to redeem itself in that last third. I wouldn't say it's been great. Oh, wow, cool. Another. Yeah, thank you. I guess it's because I put it in Magic. That's 2 today. It's got to be the category. Alright, last pack. Procrastination. Zealous Lorecaster. Oracle's Restoration. Send in the Pests. Dig Site Inventory. Potioner's Trove. Parafractal. Cuboid Colony. Arin Deathbloom Botanist. I like Vampire Druid. Some of the creature combinations are always fun. Practiced Scrollsmith. Comforting Console. Man, we kept getting new rares to the end. That's pretty nifty. Whenever you gain life, put a growth counter on this enchantment. As long as there are 5 or more growth counters on this enchantment, all your creatures get 3/3. Disgusting. I love it. I need that in all of my decks. Is the grief that followed the invasion Willow Dusk's office turned into an unofficial hideaway for overwhelmed students. Expressive Iteration. Oh, we got a rare in the last one. Look at the top 3 cards of the library, put one of them into your hand, one of them into the bottom of your library, exile one of them. You may play the exile card this turn. Oh, and we got a rare foil too. Okay. Jazzy, Steward of Fate, we've seen, but now we've seen the shiny. Island, Elemental. Not bad. First box was better. Second box was not half bad. Not half bad at all. Yeah, no, the art very much. Obviously, our noteworthy bigger ones. We got a few Emerituses. I just put this one here for the Demonic Tutor, but we hit, what, 3 Emerituses? That's not bad. Deathcap Glade in the alternate art. The Crackle with Power as the Mystic Archives. We got ourselves a Planeswalker, and a dope one too. I kind of like how the ink actually does go outside the border a little bit. It's a small feature, but this one looks good foil. This one looks really good in foil because of those little accents. A Road, which is just something I'm saving for a friend, but it's useful. Armageddon, screw you and the lands you came in on, but also the lands I came in on. Screw us all. Restoration Seminar in the Scroll. Wish that was foil, but not mad about having it. Emeritus Red, but also foil. And our special guest, Magus of the Library. As well as a good handful of other stuff too. But not shabby, not shabby. I think, while I haven't streamed a lot the past few days, it has been a busy past few days, and we're more than halfway. I think I might just cut it here. If we had a huge queue, I might keep it going. But honestly, I might just cut it here. We did well. I'm happy with this. It definitely took longer than I thought, but that doesn't mean it was longer than I wanted. It took exactly as long as it was gonna take, but I think it's not a terrible idea to cut it here. Tomorrow will be Disco Elysium. Monday will be Nevergrave. Tuesday will be the Monster Hunter stories we were going to be doing today. That does not mean it's going to have song requests. It just means we're going to be doing Monster Hunter Stories 3. But yeah, that's the plan. Oh man, I spent all week forgetting about Kuno. Y'shtola. Here you go. It looks like just a really tall Y'shtola. How's that? Perfect? Good. Awesome. But yeah, obviously, thank you very much for tuning in there. Thank you very much for watching. I have a few extra shout outs too, don't I? Don't I? Yes, we had Grim dropping 101-month resubscription, which is an unholy huge number. Sora getting a 90 stream streak, which is not a small number either. And everyone here hanging out. Hopefully having a good time. Oh, I'm gesturing, but now my hands are out of frame. Hopefully having a good time. Hopefully enjoying cards and cool stuffs. I'll be back tomorrow. We know what the stuff is. I can't reach my keyboard from here, so you're just going to have to pretend I do the usual stuff. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper of Viperland. I'll see you all next time.